let me first say, great to have you all here. Wow. What a number of well-known faces and new faces as well. And I love you both categories for different reasons. But welcome to be here. How many people? Wow, we have 52 people. It could be a record. It could be a record. So, which is in a sense not that amazing because this deep funding round was a record in itself. So with 210 proposals, we are really trying our best to cope with everything. So it's great to see you all here. It's great to see you so enthusiastic. And thank you all for not only submitting your proposals, but also for being here and present your proposal to the community. So what we will do today, we are already behind schedule. That's my fault. We will separate us in two groups, two breakout rooms, and we'll have two people. It will be me and Duke in, I suggest, breakout room 1. And it will be Tommy and Mayor in breakout room 2 doing the honors. With this many presentations, we'll have to be rather quick. So we don't have time for 3-4 questions after each presentation. Even that would be totally right for all the effort you have been putting in. So I'm afraid we won't always be able to do your presentation justice by giving it the attention that it deserves. But that way, at least we can give everybody a fair chance of presenting. So in both rooms, we're aiming to have, you will let people in, Duke? Yeah. We're aiming, we're aiming to have maximum of, let's say, 1 question after each proposal. There can always be exceptions, but that would be the rule of thumb. And then try to keep it going, which I will also do. So I will stop talking. And if you have a question, please don't give an introduction of 5 minutes and then ask your question, but just ask the question so we can keep the speed up here. All right, without further ado, I'll create the 2 breakout rooms. I'll just call them 1 and 2, and I'll let each of you choose your own room based on the, I'll make the rooms right now, based on the invite that Judith created. Unfortunately, Judith cannot be here today. So we'll have to make do without her. It's a challenge, but there's no choice. So let's get going. I'll open the rooms, breakout room 1 and breakout room 2. If you have any question for the entire public, this would be a good moment. Tommy.
Yes, John, as a host in room number 2, just to have some ground rules, there is a list that was published by our beloved Judith, and it has each project in the room in an order. Number 1 question is, are we strictly sticking to the order? Because there's already been a question for someone that needs to leave early. And 2, are we being very strict on the 3 minutes?
We are very strict on the 3 minutes, as in very. We will have a timer. So there's a timer in your apps. You can put it on so that everybody can see it, and it will play a sound when done. So we'll let anybody finish their sentence, but it is a clear marker. Otherwise, we'll be lost because it will be 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and we'll still be sitting here 4 hours from now. And I don't want to do that to anybody. So the 3 minute is strict. The order is not necessarily strict. We can be flexible. Also, if there are people that have registered but are not in the list for some reason, we can they can say so in the chat room, and then we can maybe put them up as last. unless they are able to schedule for tomorrow. That's also a possibility. Welcome in Breakout Room 1 of Spotlight Day 2. In this breakout room alone, there are 28 people right now, so a very warm welcome to you all. This means that we have a lot to do, a lot in front of us, a lot of great presentations. So let's get started with the first team, which is Conf. Maybe you can introduce yourself. Oh, wait a minute. I'll start the timer. One moment.
Should we introduce ourselves in the pitch? Yes. Right?
One moment. Timer. Let's get started. Yes.
Okay, let's go. Whenever you say, we go.
Go.
Cool.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We're Ale and Tommy from Argentina. Our proposal is to build the SNET Build-a-thon at East Asia.
But how are we going to do that, you may be asking? Before jumping into that, we are
NerdConf, the traveling nerd conference. We make cool social experiences for nerds across Latin America, and we have gathered over 5,000 nerds in our events.
In our second tour coming up, we will gather even more.
And we have a massive reach on social media because Ale, she's an influencer, has a lot of followers. Also, we have a lot of community partnerships across Latin America and press and advertising. But here is us. This is the funding team. I'm Tommy, I'm an engineer, and I have made hackathons for NASA. Ale, she's a content creator, and she has worked with Binance. And Chris, he's a startup e-commerce founder.
And of course, we forget the social media team, Mayra and Julian. But about the proposal,
we are making a 2-day build-a-thon at the DevCon week.
Dev what, Tommy?
DevCon, Ale, is one of the most relevant Web3 events in the whole world. People travel from all over the world to know each other and connect with nerds in Bangkok in November.
But DevCon is not what matters to us, but what is happening around it, right? The side events. All major key players of the industry is going to be there, and SNET must leave its mark.
Our goal with SingularityNET here is to position the brand in the DevCon ecosystem by onboarding devs and building MVPs.
And how are we going to do that?
Of course,
Build-a-thon.
The Build-a-thon. In the Build-a-thon, we'll present nerds with real-world problems that can be solved through AI and blockchain. Then they will build MVPs with the potential to be integrated into the SNET ecosystem. And then after the event, we'll make a follow-up, introducing them to deep funding and integrating them into the Singularity Army or the community.
We expect 200 nerds attending, more than 20 proposals submitted into deep funding, and more than 500,000 impressions across social media. Plus, we have merch, cool merch coming. We have designs made and everything. Look at this shirt, look at this notebook, look at this mug. Plus, we will act as SNET ambassadors. Mina is too excited. She cannot stop barking about it. She is really happy. We will act as SNET ambassadors. That means us going around the side events, talking to people about how cool SNET is.
And of course, we'll make a blog about it all, from the deep funding initiative to the event.
And we posted on my channel that has more than 200,000 followers. Our budget is 17,000. The breakdown is on the proposal. SNET must go big, and only you can make that happen. We expect your vote. Thank you very much.
Great presentation. I see somebody from the timer, so that's also great. Wonderful. This is such a good kickoff for the rest of the session, evening, morning, or whatever it is in your time.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Even my dog was really excited about it.
You had an extra supporter there in the background. Does anybody have any questions after this wonderful presentation? We have time for one question.
Yes, how are you gonna track the proposals? I mean, the impact of the proposals that you want, and in what do you sustain the numbers of expectants?
Okay, from the beginning to the end, the number of attendees will make, of course, meta ads targeted at DevCon, but we'll be making community partnerships with communities attending DevCon.
Yeah, and obviously communities from the SingularityNet ecosystem that already exist across Asia and different countries, because we are thinking about making it a hybrid if someone cannot connect from a team.
And regarding the second question,
Yeah.
and the tracking, we'll make a follow-up making virtual events with the teams that participated in the Build-a-thon. Then we'll make the intro about SNet, deep funding, and guide them on the proposal thing for deep funding.
Yeah, we could to track it, we could even, I don't know, maybe give to SNet the database of people that registered, so you can have like even a more accurate tracking of who really and actually submitted. We think that this is very possible because people that is going to attend DevCon, as we said, it's people that already knows what a decentralized means and knows about blockchain. Probably I know about IA, but if they don't, we will onboard them. Having those technical aspects covered, we think that they know probably about grants and how they work, so they might be able to understand the potential that deep funding has, and that having already developed an MVP at the event is more easier to submit. So why
All right,
wouldn't you?
I'm going to cut you off here because otherwise you'll still be talking in 5 minutes, I'm sure.
Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Very convincing answer. Do you agree, Jesu?
Just about the question with the build-a-thons, if you want to work with people of AI, really, AI engineer, usually it's difficult to catch that people, in special 200 expectants in specific that field when the the conference is about Web3. It's just that, but good presentation, guys.
Yeah, but that's what we do. We're
For the sake of time, we'll continue. I wish we had half an hour or something. It would really be a good thing for each of you. But without further ado, thanks Ale, thanks Thomas, thanks NerdConf. And let's continue with Crypto Beijing. Is Crypto Beijing in the house? Yes, you are. And are you co-host? You want to present?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Then I know there's somebody with a timer, but I'll also do the honors, so please go ahead.
Okay, thanks for the wonderful first presentation from Argentina. I'm from the East Asia, from China actually. I'm the Deep Funding 3 award, and I'm trying to give all of us a quick recap of our, our round 3 event. And in round 3, I have promised, I propose to organize 4 offline meetup in China. Right now, I have already organized 2, and this is the first one. Maybe you can see the picture, and we sent out some gifts, Singularity gift, to the audience. This is our first event, and this first meetup, and the second meetup. We sharing here, and I'm introducing 2 AGI, the Singularity ecosystem here, and also we send out some gifts. If you can see these pens with SingularityNET, and this recap of our the Deep Funding 3, our event in proposing Deep Funding 3, and when I'm organizing this kind of event, so the question I get asked most is that whether we have some like Chinese content on SingularityNET. Because most of the audience in China, they still read the Chinese will be more friendly for them. So my proposal in the Deep Funding 3, Deep Funding 4 would be about build the Chinese content. So basically it's about, and also maybe some of you have known that if you are living in China, you can't access Google and you can't access Twitter and YouTube. So basically, I'm opening this. Basically, the proposal about 2 things. Try to, right now we already have very fantastic video content in YouTube. and on our blogs. So basically, the proposals try to like translate and publish those materials from YouTube and our blog to the Chinese to the media, to the platform every Chinese can to access, like the Bilibili and the WeChat platform that the Chinese can use, like translate those materials and publish in the platform the average Chinese can use. So next time when I'm organizing the event here, we will have already very fantastic Chinese content for the user that'll be more friendly for them. Yeah, that is basically my proposal, and it's a 4-month plan. In 4 months,
Right,
some milestones.
your time is
Yeah.
up. Your time is up, and I think you explained it very well. So there's a world to win in China, and we need to be careful about not just the language, but also the specific social media channels that are available in China. So thank you very much for representing the whole of China here in Deep Funding.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is there anybody who has any question?
Do we have any
it
questions?
was a very clear presentation, and you showed what you did in Deep Funding Round 3, which
My question
also
is, how many people joined the Ambassador program as a result of these events?
I don't think our ambassador program is currently open right now, because I'm trying to join ambassador program, but it's not open for the new joiners. Usually after event, the students and the audience, they will log in with our website and try to explore more about the singularities. So the students are very eager to learn, especially when they know there's beside ChatGPT and beside all those AI tools, we have this kind of decentralized solution for the AI platform. So this is very innovation, because if you are interested in AI in China, maybe you have heard of like ChatGPT or like those kind of tools, but almost no of the audience have heard of the Singularity. So when I'm introducing this kind of new solution, the decentralized solution of AI, so many people are very interested. We have this kind of new solution. So this is totally new for them. So it's very meaningful for the communities, for average Chinese here in China. Yeah.
But did any of them join ambassadors is my question.
Ambassador, because I don't think ambassador program is not open, because for me, I cannot join the ambassador program. So I'm not sure how they can apply or how they can join the program. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a blocker. We don't have that problem in Deep Funding. Deep Funding is open for everybody, and we'll happily have more people in the next round than this round. So yeah, maybe we can ask the same question in a couple of months when you are awarded, and see what will come out. So thank you, Crypto Beijing. Thank you, Grace, for your question. And let's continue to the next one, and that is Emotu. I already saw you in the main room, Emotu. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm around. Okay.
There you are.
So let me share my link and share my screen.
Who is the
So sorry.
who is the kind person that is putting up the timer every time?
Myself, generally.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
By the way.
Sorry?
No, I was asking.
Can you see my screen?
Sorry, Amotu, just a minute. I was asking how he's able to put up the timer.
Yeah, I know. I see somebody putting the timer up. So I did that on Monday, but I can't do it today. But so I was wondering who that kind person was.
I can put the timer.
No, but it was there. It was there. So it was audible also. But thank you, Weaver. Let's just continue. I'll use my phone as a spare and also rely on the person on the screen. So Emotu, please. The floor is yours. Get started. We don't hear you. You're muted. Emoto, you have to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, maybe we should start over again.
Yes.
No problem at all. Relax and go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Emotu, and Ekaro means hello in my native language. So I'm the co-founder of Olive Stacks, integrating SNET in STEM education. So the major problem we're addressing is the gap between traditional education and also modern learning. And also giving another specific challenge is given research by top media states that over 2 million students are craving for tech skills, especially AI and blockchain. And also there's a need for expansion, expanded awareness, education, and early adoption. Also, the solution, our innovation, Olive Stacks, offers a comprehensive education platform focused on STEM education as well as emerging technology such as blockchain and tokenomics, and also including the AI. Furthermore, we accept AGICs and ASI tokens as a means of payment. Also, our market size is around at about 10 million African youths and over 1 million Nigerian youths. We've been able to successfully train over 570 students, and we currently have collaborations with universities and having 2,000 registered on our website on the waiting list. And also, our team, we have a combined team of over 10 years experiences from Jeremiah being the CTO, full stack developer. We have Clement as a project manager. We have Obio as an awarded AI and blockchain developer. We have Mr. Emmanuel, an awarded educator from the University of Buckingham. I'm also currently on an MBA on the Stanford program. I've also had incredible experience in the edtech space, being able to distribute my past experience product nationwide. And I'm bringing this experience with it along with an amazing team. Our competitive advantage stands from skills for the masses, current curriculum affordability, and also current curriculum in the platform. Also, our impact on SNET community basically is, number one, we are driving user adoption, and also we're bringing SNET to the STEM community. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Thank you. And very well spoken as well. You're a pleasure to listen to. About the content, does anybody have a question to Emoto?
Yeah, question. In what do you base it for the market size?
Okay, yeah. So our market size is at about, we have 10 million students across Africa from different parts of African region. But in the Nigerian market, we have over about every year, over 1 million students wants to get into the university. So we have also a strong partnership with the government in the country, and it helps us reach a large audience.
A very good question and impressive answer. So you have plenty of opportunity to grow there for the time being.
Yes.
Thank you, Emoto. Thank you for the presentation. Very well done. And then let's go to the next person, and that is Marta. Marta, what do you have to show to us today?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. Hello, everybody. I'm Marta Lenartowicz, and I'm here with Weaver. We want to present to you a proposal. It's not our proposal, what we want to do. It's a proposal what we could do together. So this is this type of a of a proposal. Let's do something, and the idea is gigantic. So it's not like a small idea. We have an immense potential in this ecosystem, in this community. A lot of intelligence, a lot of skill, a lot of power, and what we want to propose to you is that we will try and do something great together. And it's kind of like a moonshot idea, something that humanity has been trying to has been dreaming forever. Like this idea that the idea of the project is to start the paradigm of universal basic income coming out of our SingularityNET ecosystem, but thought globally, unconditionally, and in a very decentralized way. So this has been an idea really forever, like as a dream, yes. And some people always have been able not to labor and live, but most of us not. However, the dream of technology is and has been that maybe not maybe we don't have to live, work so much to live. We are very, very close to implementation as humanity. Those two articles that you see here are both from this month. One idea, both proposed from AI giants, and both problematic, because one is, okay, let's do it per country, and this is a proposal by Geoffrey Hinton. Why not UK cannot implement it for just for the country? Another one is basically centralized. So yeah, I could be speaking for 3 days nonstop about this proposal, so sorry for that. But the idea is that we'll set up a process of establishing a governance, decentralized governance structure to structure this project together. You can read the the milestones, and this is what I managed to do. And Weaver, now your turn.
Yes, and we wish you to think about the quintessence, not merely as an economic initiative, because we actually aim, with the support of AI and AGI in SNet, to release and tap into the vast mental creative resources of billions of people that are presently locked into worrying about their daily survival. So imagine what could happen if all these creative intelligence will become available.
Wonderful objective, universal basic income. Would be great if we could get something from the ground like that, is my personal opinion. Thank you for the presentation. I already see one hand up. Mihai, you have a question.
Yeah, your proposal is tremendous, really, and is a topic of maybe many political debates nowadays. But I would like to ask you how could the implementation of universal basic income be managed and sustained in a future where, let's say, the singularity has been achieved and artificial intelligence is decentralized, considering potential economic, social, and ethical implications?
Wow,
Yes.
that's a lot of implications.
Yeah. For it to work in a just and correct way, it has to be fully decentralized politically. Yes, and this is so well aligned with what we want to achieve anyhow, that it's a beautiful mobilization to really get serious, not about technological decentralization only, but governance decentralization only. So what we are proposing is, like in this scale of the challenge, is like a first slice, like a 1 year slice of the project, but starting from working out the governance, the decision-making processes from like decentralized from start. So we have we have actually put together already the document which is linked to the proposal, how we could start working those things out. So for example, there would first need to be DAOs. They are not overlapping, because this is also centralization. Yes, when you have the same, like infrastructures involved in multiple decisions, and then one group, open to all signatories, is working out distribution, another collection, another authentication, another how the constitution, like kind of like a meta governance. So this is, yeah, it's explained there. I would gladly, like go through all the all the details, but but we probably need to schedule another longer session for that.
Yeah, for beginners, we just want to create a huge alliance of players, humans, corporates, developers, and eventually also autonomous AIs to come together and make it. So this is our first aim, is to creating this alliance, and we'll figure it out step by step.
And if not us, then who? And if not now, then when?
Yeah, no time to lose, I would say. There's much that needs to be done to accomplish this, and things are speeding up, and it's important. So thank you for a great presentation. And you know what I like about days, evenings, spotlight days like this is the great diversity of topics that we have here. So we're going from UBI to skincare, skin scan AI, not care, scan, skin scan AI by Mihai.
Not just by Mihai, but by Mihai and Sorina.
Yes, hello everyone.
And Orkant, my apologies. Great to have you both here.
Worries. Can we start?
Yes, please start.
Sure. So this is our presentation today, Skin Scan AI Canine Dermatologic Diagnosis. Skin Scan AI will expand the SingularityNET AI marketplace by adding a specialized veterinary diagnostic service. Our novel application of computer vision in animal healthcare aligns with SingularityNET's mission to foster diverse AI applications. What we want to do with Skin Scan AI is provide a faster and more accurate diagnostic for dermatological conditions in dogs, which have been consistently identified as the leading reason for veterinary visits, with over 400,000 individual claims received in 2023. Skin Scan AI will provide a user-friendly AI tool for diagnosing canine skin conditions that can be used by veterinarians such as me and pet owners alike, with the goal of launching first on Android platforms. And we have our app already in development, where we will provide also registration wallet beside email and password. And I'm gonna pass the technicality to Mihai.
Right. Now we're on our way to training our AI model in terms of first doing a performance comparison on different computer vision models from Hugging Face. And we are going to do that comparison on a limited data set of about 6,000 to 10,000 images, which will be properly labeled by specialists. Next slide, please. We have already started to collect this data set into our Google Cloud bucket, which comprises of about 1,400 images up to now. Next slide, please. And we have also started implementing the labeling technology for recognizing these images. Next slide, please. This is a sample of how medical professionals will be able to label images onto our data set for recognizing dermatological conditions. Next slide, please. Upon successful development and training, the AI model will be deployed on the SingularityNET AI marketplace, and naturally we will implement it into our mobile application, thus ensuring API calls to the marketplace. Next slide, please. Following deployment, the Skin Scan AI tool will be integrated into an already developed veterinary DAO AI, a veterinary DAO Android mobile app. As you can see, we already have the basics set up, and the project discovery ensures that participants will be able to contribute images. Thank you very much.
Great timing. Thank you, Mihai. Wonderful presentation. I already see one person with their hand up. Stefania, you have a question to Mihai?
Yes. Hi, how are you? I would ask you what about public health entities or organisms that maybe take care of health in pets or maybe in humans? But for example, here in Argentina, there are some apps that are linked to health in general and has to be proven by public entities. I would like to know, how would you do that?
Right, that's a wonderful question, and we have already anticipated this. If you would like to visit our Medium portal, our Medium publication, we have already published our plans of integrating the Midnight Network. This is a sidechain of Cardano, which is specifically designed for ensuring regulatory compliant storage of private data. And by proving this concept on animal welfare, we hope to bring this to human healthcare.
Wow, great question. Very good answer. And well done. Thank you for the presentation. Mihai and Urkan, I should say. And then we're going to the next one, and it's not just the diversity of topics in this session today, it's also diversity in locations, because we started in Asia and then in China, and now we're going all the way to Latin America. So Franco, are you here with us?
Hi, everyone. I'm Estefania, I'm not Franco. But just before starting, Franco has a family loss 2 days ago, so I'm replacing him. But we are all okay, and we are moving forward. Just a second.
Thank you for your flexibility, and great to have you here.
I actually had to prepare this only in the morning, so I'm really nervous. It's my first time here. But here we go.
Hi, my name is Stefania Vargardi, and I am the CMO of SingularityNET. And I have a question for you. How many of you had the chance to write in a newspaper or an academic journal? I imagine only a few, but how many of you write or post content on social platforms like X? I guess most of you. In SingularityNET, we saw the need to decentralize information presented by media outlets. Since then, we built a young and dynamic team focused on education and innovation. Today, SingularityNET boasts 500 writers, whom we call them gurus. We also have a monthly reach of 200,000 people and strategic partnerships with universities, governments, and private entities aligned with our vision. Media in Argentina and globally are often influenced by political parties or corporate interests. This undermines freedom of expression, technology, and education, using the media as a tool for manipulation. Media claims to speak for the people, but actually individuals lack the time or technical knowledge, and we believe in the ideal platform to write articles and share insights. This is where SingularityNET, in partnership with SingularityNET, comes in offering several innovative solutions. Voice-to-text article generation. Using a multi-agent AI system to convert voice notes into polished articles ready for publication, this involves collaboration among various virtual roles to ensure editorial quality. Virtual tutor article integration. Each course on the SingularityNET platform will be supported by a contextualized virtual tutor providing real-time tailored support to enhance the learning experience. Intelligent evaluation system. We will offer an AI-powered evaluation system that generates assessments based on students' behavior and responses, ensuring fair and based evaluation. Analysis and report generation. Leveraging AI, we will extract social-political insights from platforms' metrics, producing objective, censorship-free reports, promoting decentralized AI with our ecosystem. Gamification engine. Using generative AI tools, we will develop a gamification engine that enhances the educational experience. This fosters free competition and makes learning engaging and fun. We found the perfect solution to our challenges through our partnership with SingularityNET. We share the vision of communities and believe that technology has a real impact on society through decentralized education.
You can just continue. The timer is a little bit early this time. Start a little
Okay,
bit so
thank
you
you.
can finish your video.
Provides a media revolution with a multi-agent AI system, enhancing productivity, democratizing access, transparency, and inclusivity in AI innovation. Last but not least, we are disrupting digital journalism and transforming education to AI with total freedom of expression.
Thank you for the presentation. On a practical note, I would suggest to share the presentation on marketing at deepfunding.ai so we can use that and not a recording of a recording. So we'll have a better quality. Is there anybody who has any questions? In that case, I have one maybe. Should I look at the project mainly in terms of you delivering AI for education in general, or is the main focus on creating educational content for deep funding or SingularityNET?
The thing is that we want to develop this technology, but we also want to share knowledge about SingularityNET, making a community, okay? So we not only want to bring you educational issues in all areas, but specifically getting to know Singularity as an institution, as a community, and to more people to grow this community.
Very good answer. It's a yes, yes, and a win-win, I suppose. So thank you, and thank you for the presentation, and well done. Nothing to be nervous about, I would say. You have a great project. Then we go to the next person, and we'll stay in Latin American for a while. And I see Jesu already preparing herself. So the floor is yours, Jesu.
I'm sorry, just a second before this start. We are like 2 times in the group, but it's only one proposal, okay?
Okay, so where are you again?
We are in the 11th place also, and it's only one.
Okay, well, great. That saves us a little bit of time. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, and I don't know if you
Weaver, can we restart the timer, please?
yeah, please. It would be really helpful. Well, guys, my name is Yasu. I'm part of Crypto Curiosas, and I want to start the presentation showing this picture. Basically, it's pretty simple. The picture is about a girl that at that age I was like 5 years old. I received my first computer around the 14 years old, and now I work in a company which is a computer vision company that we develop AI algorithms for the future. So basically, one opportunity take me from a rural city to now work in AI. And we think that really this is something that we can do with a lot of more people, and especially in Latam. So really one opportunity can empower a person in a whole environment. And this is our proposal for Singularity, which is basically, well, right now in Latam, AI is something that we talk it, but usually it's like, okay, AI gonna take your job. Oh, learn this, deep learnings, and a lot of confusion and a lot of noise, and especially because it's really not something that we are applying. It's something more that we are getting information about how to use ChatGPT, how to use X tool for this, but not really using this for empower new jobs. So this is our proposal. It's made basically a portal where you can learn. We are gonna teach the basics from the AI so the women can become creators. And also we have a lot of group of women that right now are looking for new tools for their startups. So basically we have a specific sector for creators so they can train the AI publisher and create their own projects. And in other place we have consumers, which are persons that wants to buy some of the marketplace items, but they don't know which of those one or how. So basically what is our proposal is train the basics, and after start to do this kind of user cases with these two platforms that Singularity proposed. So basically, that's our proposal in terms of what we're gonna teach. And after, the idea is that we can collect those projects in a repository. So with Singularity, we can teach, okay, which of these ones maybe can develop in a deep funding, or maybe not necessary, but also that creates new user cases focused in LATAM, use in other problems where AI publisher can be really helpful, that can grow the ecosystem, the kind of user cases, the applications, and also the market. So this is a win-win. In this case, it's basically for one side we teach, and another side we grew the ecosystem of buyers and creators. And also in other side, we have centralized all that information in one website where we're gonna teach all this. So that's basically what we want to do. Thanks.
Yes, now your time is really up, I'm afraid. Yeah, thank you for this presentation. Of course, we need training and education in deep funding. We have a two-sided marketplace. We need to think about both sides of it. So yeah, if you can accomplish that, that would be very welcome. Does anybody have a question on Jesus? I hope you pronounce your name correctly, on Jesus' presentation. I don't? Please correct me.
No, it's right.
Anybody has a question? I could think of 5 questions probably, but I would suggest in terms of time would be proper to go to the next one. And I think you made your case very clear. So thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Then we go to our next prominent community member, Grace Rahmani. Yay! Ethics training body. Looking forward to your presentation, Grace.
Well, it's going to be super simple. So for those of you who don't know me, I don't know about prominence, I don't know. I am just completing the supervisory council this month, or actually in the next 2 days. And what I was looking at is the blueprint that we created and how do we continue that decentralization process. And so as I was doing that, my presentation is super simple. So as I was doing that, what I saw was this, the RFP design pool. And I thought that fits exactly into what we want to do. Like, we want to do experiments based on the blueprint. And one of the experiments that we wanted to do is an ethics and training body. And the RFP design pool, if I understood this correctly, is basically a call for proposals. So creating a much more organized call for proposals than this, which is just 3 paragraphs, for what we call the ethics and training body. And that was one of our 7 recommendations, is that there would be an ethics and training body. Now, what ethics and training body, I don't know. But the first step of the experiment, as we described it in the blueprint, is define the problem. And that's exactly what an RFP is. So basically, this is for us, this funding request, the maximum was $25,000, but I thought that was overkill for creating an RFP, which I don't expect the RFP to be more than 4 or 5 pages, but it does require quite a lot of suggestions, because what we're going to be able to do is we're going to suggest, okay, what are the AGI ethics considerations? What type of training programs are done in the industry? And then suggesting how we can create our own training bodies. This will not create the training body. It will create an RFP so that all of you in the next round can bid for how to create the ethics and training body and to be the people who will create it. So this is the RFP for the ethics and training body. And I've given a quick outline. I know that according to this, I will get a template, but anyway, we wanted to suggest the topics that will be covered in this template, assuming that we'll also cover all of the other template requirements of deep funding. So it's really simple. Like, we will write an RFP requirement for the next deep funding round, and it will be following the ethics training body that is the suggestion of the blueprint. So that is the idea.
Wonderful. And within time. So you leave me 30 seconds that I can talk about RFPs. I won't. But great proposal. And yeah, you got it right. So the pool is for proposals for creating RFPs that other people can submit a proposal to. It's a little bit complex, I suppose. But no, I'm very glad you took that opportunity, Grace.
It's a very welcome process. I think it's really important to create the problem definition in a very specific way so that we can actually get the results that we want for the decentralization process.
Great. Yes, we are decoupling the creation of the RFP from the development of it. That's the core business, and also the ideation. And this is the ideation part. So thank you. Does anybody have a question to Grace? What is an ethics training body, for instance?
Yeah, so what we suggested is that all of us who are involved here should be trained in ethics and AI ethics specifically. It's not something that is now mandatory. It's not something that is formalized even within the foundation itself, where I assume some people have done this. But this body would have oversight over the entire ecosystem. And that's part of decentralization. Like, how can we have a body that integrates and makes sure that whether you're part of the foundation or the part of the community, or even maybe a token holder, or even a developer of AGI that is just doing contract work, all of those people would have access to training, and this body would be able to report to us like, okay, we know X percentage of the management of in the foundation, or X percentage of the token holders have taken this training, and be able to give us a sense of how close we are to really creating something that's benevolent, because we all have the requisite training to even define what are the proper ethics and safety for the tools that we're developing here. How many of the people on deep funding, for example, that might be one of the requisites that they have next time you submit a deep funding proposal is, have you done the training and what level? And this will help us become more and more benevolent.
Yeah.
I think I could use some benevolence.
It might tie into reputation score for deep funding teams, which you're also working on. So this might indeed become an attribute in that. So yeah, good proposal. Thanks a lot. And thanks for your presentation. We'll continue to the next one, and that is LMate, if I pronounce it correctly, a companion in productivity. Do we have LMate in the room?
Sorry, that's the name of my project. I'm Ahan. Hi.
Ahan. Yes, sorry, Ahan. Yeah, my mistake. But glad to have you here.
Hey, Jan. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, we see it. The floor is yours.
Perfect. Hey, everyone. I'm Ahan, and today I'll be presenting AI Mate, your companion in productivity. So this is part of the new project proposal. And the problem statement is simple. One of the fundamental problems users have lately in IT, healthcare, marketing is the fragmentation of tools that's available for task management. It could go with task management, performing research for a meeting, and generating summary of meetings and identifying what are the tasks to work on, and of course, narrowing down the scope of a problem. So what we propose as a part of AI Mate is a AI agent-based approach for automating task management with various functionalities. So this could also not just solve the problem of providing better contextual information for meeting notes so that you can solve problems more accurately. We also provide various features as part of AI Mate. First, the research module. To generate, the research module basically understands what is the problem that you're trying to solve, identifies the research topics attached to it, and summarizes all the web searches to provide you a summary of what exactly you need, so that you would not have to do extra research to understand and boggle by opening a lot of Google Chrome tabs, suppose. It also generates a to-do list with all the tasks necessary to perform after a meeting from the transcript notes. Not just that, we also provide services in terms of just having a conversation with the LLM and trying to understand how you can basically solve the problem. And the LLM is also going to remember your methodology so that you can always revisit your thought process. So the demo setup is simple. We integrated with various open source and closed source LLMs. For example, Mistral 7B is one of them. Meta is one of them. Meta Llama 13B is one of them. And of course, the closed source LLMs. As part of the demo, right, I'll quickly run this video to show that you can upload documents, you can chat with our LLM. At the same time, as part of research module, you can always press a research button and do an in-depth web research by just asking about a certain topic and have a chat with the LLM in itself. For the shortage of time, I'll try to cut it here. The solution design mainly has a retriever, memory, and the executor part. And this is basically our architecture. I will definitely share the slides for everyone to take a look at. But mainly, as part of a proposal, right? It's called AI Mate, a companion in productivity. We have LLM integration, web development, and a low-level design as part of this proposal. And yeah, there's still time. So SNET integration mainly will happen in both ways. We integrate the researcher module and the multi-agent system onto the platform, and at the same time use the existing embedding-based approaches, which is there as part of the SNET, into our project. So that way there is both give and take. So yeah, please vote for us and take a seat back so we can all do the heavy lifting of your job.
Thank you, Ahan. And not quite within time, but for such a complex topic, you did very well. So compliments there. Does anybody have a question? If not, I can ask one. The question that comes to mind, can you give me one example of a task that would typically be automated by this tool?
Okay, so for example, this meeting right now is happening, right? You wanted to understand what are all the things you'll need to take care before this meeting is starting, right? The spotlight meeting itself. So there was a mail circulated right before this where particularly you sent a mail with all the objectives. So what my tool will do is it'll read up all the documents attached to a particular email, because it's integrated both your calendar and to your Gmail. So it'll identify what are the tasks to do. For example, simply check if Zoom is working fine and you're able to share your screen and stuff like that, right? It'll create tasks concretely for you so that you can do all those checks before the meeting. And if there's any research, right? For example, there is a proposal here today which I'm not aware of, like what exactly it is. It'll generate a simple summary for you to understand so that you're contextually aware of what is going to happen. It'll ensure you're more prepared for a meeting. That's it.
Thank you. I'm sold. I definitely need this product. That's one thing that you made completely clear. Thank you. Then you have another presentation right after this one. So Han, and now I know I have to pronounce your name. We can continue with your next presentation, which is on personalized LLM-based recommendations.
Perfect, you got that right. So this proposal is part of the ideation phase because this is part of my research project which I'm working on, and I will need funds to mainly try to perform some experiments. But in general, everyone's been visiting a lot of e-commerce websites, and recommendation system is not something new. Netflix uses it, Amazon uses it. I'm part of Amazon, so I know for a fact we use it. But what my research project is basically about is, can we use LLMs to basically improve the recommendation space? Can we personalize for a user based on the context that they're forming over time? What happens is am I sharing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Over time, what happens is users generally interact with chat GPTs, for example, and over time they're creating a memory and context. That is, they've asked certain questions, and all of that is going to be useful to basically help your recommendation system understand your persona. That is, what is the genre of music you like, what are the kind of movies you enjoy. And the good part is, Google is not stealing it. There's not a third party using your data, but rather the LLM which you hosted on your own platform or your own laptop is using it. And because of which, what we propose is basically a user agent interaction agent collaborate, agent recommender collaboration, and agents collaboration. What happens is you interact with the agent understands what exactly you like and remembers that over time, and agent then interacts with various topics. So for example, if you ask a question about traveling, right, so it talks to a travel agent particularly to understand what is the requirements that you need and does that particular entity fulfill it. A very simple use case would be, I want to have a travel agent. So the agent recommender will ask all the questions. For example, what kind of travel do you prefer? What is the communication style you want? Do you want someone from your cultural background to be present in that place to help out? So based on all the requirements that you need, it helps perform a search. This is much more useful because that way contextually it knows what exactly you want, and it'll help you narrow down your search, and that way you're able to plan your trip as well. Yeah, and this is our project Agent Rec. As part of this, there's 3 to 4 milestones, which is part of this particular ideation phase. And yeah, looking forward to your vote. Thanks, team.
Great. I'm thinking with all that practical LLM and all those use cases, we really need that UBI very soon. So I hope you will be successful. Is there anybody who has a question here? If not, I can think of one, but
happy to take.
Then let me give it another shot here. You're making a lot of use in both your ideas of LLMs. Are you planning those calls to LLMs? Will those be LLMs that are hosted on our deep funding SingularityNET platform?
Yeah. Okay, so there are 2 parts to this. There's open source and closed source LLMs. Some of them are as cheap as they're very smaller in size and can be hosted on your laptop itself. So in case you want to use SNET integration, right, that is completely possible. It's not going to be difficult at all. At the same time, we have API based integrations. For example, GPT-4, Claude, Llama. These are also available in terms of APIs. So that will be cost intensive, but depending on the user, right, if they're willing to spend more, they can use the closed source LLMs. But there are a lot of open source alternatives which are low ranked, which are much more useful and lighter, which can be integrated. And I've performed a few experiments on it, and it has given good results. And that's where I went ahead to put in a proposal.
Great, good answer. But let me give you the tip that we do have a number of LLMs available on our platform already. You can make API calls to them. So would be very wonderful to put them to good use. And there will be more potentially in the future. Thank you for 2 very clear presentations, Ahan, and also very good slides that made it really clear what you were saying. So thanks for 2 wonderful presentations. Well done. Let me see. So we will skip number 11 because we already had that. And then we have 2 presentations lined up from Subir, who's a well-known community member here. Subir, yeah, I see you. So please, I didn't mention that to Ahan, but it worked out perfectly. If you have 2 presentations in a row, we'll just treat them as separate presentations and not just continue for 6 minutes.
Wasn't there somebody in between that...
Yes, but that was a topic that was twice in the list, so we can skip that. So I hope you're prepared, Subir.
Well, somewhat. I'm usually, overwhelmed, but let me start with finding the share button, right? So give me a second.
I think if we wouldn't have had some delay at the beginning, we would be pretty good in time.
That's okay. That's okay.
A compliment to everybody here. So we're about halfway now, almost halfway, the presentations. And again, it's great to see this wonderful variety of both people and proposals coming along here. Are you ready, Subir?
Yes, give me 1 second. Let me find the right thing to share. I'm just switching from
If you think it's
different.
going to be, you need some more time, we can also ask the person that's coming after you if they are ready and give you a little.
No, I think I'm ready.
All right.
I'm going to be as bold and share my entire screen.
All right. So your first presentation is auto-publish App Store agents as SNet services.
Correct.
And your time is starting.
Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
You know that your timer is running, Subir?
Yes. I have the luxury of two. I will steal from the other then. I'll be brief. So we have a service that we offer called AppStorm. As you can see my screen, this is essentially a simple, intuitive app builder that builds, generative AI apps, and this can it's pretty much like what ChatGPT Plus offers, but with additional bells and whistles, and supports a broader class of open source LLMs and agent frameworks. And so these are some of the numbers that we have today. About 11,000 users, 18,000 apps, about 3,000 of them are shared. We launched this in August of last year. As part of Deep Funding 3, we have been adding, this is a YouTube channel, we'll ignore that, SNet services that can be composed as part of these applications that we use. So for example, if you have an SNet service that solves a specific task that you may have, you can simply say, or you need not actually say anything. Your intent will be understood by our internal engine, and that will use one or more of SNet services to deliver its value. So that's what we're doing for Deep Funding Round 3. What we want to do for Deep Funding Round 4 is sort of extend this narrative where we can actually publish the application that we create as SNet services. So imagine that you create something that's useful and intuitive. It could be a data analysis app, could be an AI agent, could be an AI doctor, could be a crypto helper, or something super creative that you build. You will be able to push a button and it will appear as an SNet service. You can pick your network of choice, which is whether it's running on the mainnet or on the testnet, and it would automatically do all the magic behind the scenes. Why do this? I think it's been pretty clear that onboarding of SNet services is pretty hard these days. And that's a problem that needs to be solved on its own. And the solving it will make creating SNet services significantly easier. And obviously, it's a journey. We have been doing this for over 6-12 months. We're finally getting to a point where this is becoming significantly easier. This is an incremental addition to what we are doing. And it's, I think we have like 4 milestones, about 4 months of effort to do
Thank
this.
Thank you, Subir. I let you get 1 minute extra because the timer was starting a little bit early, but
okay, I will take 1 minute off, but any questions from anyone? And there's obviously a lot of prior work that we are building on. Otherwise, it would be a very ambitious project to sort of build from scratch.
Yeah, I can think of a number of questions, but they are probably quite technical. It reminds me a little bit of AI DSR or the platform assistance, what you're doing, combining multiple services in an agent and then republishing them on the platform, if I understand correctly.
That's part of it. So what we are not like, at least I'm not dwelling on too much, is we are using some of the more advanced techniques that exist today in terms of letting sort of AI figure out what you want, right? What the user intent is. So we are experimenting on lots of those frameworks, and that will actually become available as part of all of this, regardless. And there's obviously more to it. I don't want to take up too much time, but I'm just
wonderful.
Is there any question that
impressive what you have accomplished and what you are doing, and yeah, I wish you a lot of success with it. It could be a good a main success factor for our platform. Let's continue to your next presentation, which is about reimagining the AI consumption.
Yeah. So let me try to take a stab at what I mean by this. And so this is essentially an RFP design project, which basically means that the goal is to come up with something that's obviously needed and is valuable and sort of forward looking, that once we draft the right requirement, perhaps a team or teams will be enjoined to execute them in future rounds, right? And I think one of the things that we have identified in this theme of making AI easy, I think today SingularityNET platform, any blockchain platform, is sort of a little bit of an intimidating experience for non-blockchain people. Dealing with money and Web3 and wallets seems pretty hard. What if I lost my wallet, lost my keys, the usual thing? How do I sort of cross multiple chains? All of those things. So these are some of the problem areas that we have identified. And these are probably obvious to most of you because these are all sort of real, problems, right? Including the fact that we'll have, our upcoming alliance with Fetch.ai and Ocean Marketplace will make more things available, which is all good. But for the lay user, these things are hard. And finding the right service, especially when many services appear to be the same, right? Because there's so much AI, we are, the lay user is most of the time lost in some of the noise. And our sort of solution, so the goal of this is to kind of figure out what the right user experience should be, and the requirements should be sort of downstream from that. How the implementation will be, or what tools specifically, or what chains will be used, that's left to the implementers. But we will have a little bit of an opinionated way of looking at it, perhaps. But the main point, I think, where we want to start from is a thing called account abstractions, which I think if you have been sort of following the trend of where like passive wallets are becoming, smart contract aware wallets, right? Where you can have multi-signature and many other things. One of the companies which are leading it is called Safe. That's the kind of experience we've been looking for. So imagine a wallet that also sort of acts as your app or your dApp, and as a little bit of an AI agent, burnt in, which sort of can make your interaction with both blockchain and AI marketplaces easy. We think we'll go a long way. I think I'm out of time, so I'll shut up.
Thank you, Subir. Wonderful. Anybody has any questions to Subir? Then I suppose everybody has fallen from their chair from amazement, or your presentation was totally clear. And I think both are good results. So thanks a lot, Subir. And I can see in the meantime that Zhao is already preparing herself. So welcome, Zhao. You're going to tell us something about storytelling. Maybe you can close your presentation, Subir.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, see if you can share, because I still see Subir's presentation. Can you stop sharing, Subir, please? Subir, we're still seeing your screen. Can you please stop sharing?
There's a way to choose what you want to see. There's an option to choose what you want to see so that we don't have to wait for so long for Subir.
I can also say one participant can share at a time, then maybe that will help. Let me try that one. Multiple, wait a minute, multiple participants are sharing. Okay, well, in any case, we're seeing the new presentation right now. So go ahead, Zhao.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Yao. I'm the project owner of Whiteboard Cardano. So, imagine being 13 and trying to understand bank interest rate in math class. Most of us weren't even thinking about bank account back then, so much less complex financial formulas. Those topics seem so distant and confusing. Now, imagine teaching this idea to a 13 years old through situation they know well, like borrowing money from mom to buy boba tea, but paying a little more back as interest. Suddenly, the math turned into a real-life skill, figuring out a fair interest rate with mom. So, this approach makes learning easier and more engaging. That's our goal at Whiteboard Cardano. We create content that even your grandma can understand what SingularityNET is. So, new technology can be daunting, but especially with AI, unclear definition and complex terms can turn newcomer away. Nobody enjoys sitting through a dense white paper without grasping the basics. So many get overwhelmed by technical jargon and quit early. Short video can sometimes mislead or provide incomplete information, causing confusion and deterring further exploration. Our whiteboard videos are tailored for beginners. They simplify blockchain and AI concept into easy and engaging story. Using real-life example, we making this topic enjoyable and relatable. Our content is available in multiple languages and adaptable across different platforms. Each video is part of a structured playlist that provide a clear, progressive learning path. Our video make AI concept accessible, sparking curiosity and building a knowledgeable community around SNET ecosystem. We are creating more than just video. We are cultivating an engaging learning environment. To ensure the success of this project, our parent company, a seasoned social marketing agency with 7 years of experience, will promote this channel across various platforms. Additionally, with the introduction of a new AI-powered chatbot designed to enhance community engagement, we are confident that this channel will become an effective tool for educating people about SNET. Oh, and this is our KPI. Thanks for listening.
Wow, and this is a very good slide to end with. 10,000 views on YouTube for main videos, 30,000 views on short videos. So if you can accomplish all that, I think that is quite impressive. And I know SingularityNET is a very complex organization. Some people would even say that deep funding is complex. So yeah, I think we can use some education and explanation. Is there anybody who has a question on this presentation? And obviously, Yao, this was a great presentation because that is your core business, right?
Yes. I follow this project for more than 2 years and provide for channel many videos. I have 2 videos for SingularityNET and 1 is for Singularity DAO. So that's all my learning and try to make it easy to understand for another people like me when I begin learning about blockchain.
Great, great. Well, if we don't count my comments as a question, then we still have time for one question from Jerry. Do you have a quick question, Jerry?
Yes, this is amazing. I'm already looking at product and I'm looking at adoption as an educator. How can I use your platform to create videos for students who want to create content for them to learn and understand what we're teaching? So how can I use products? Question?
You're breaking up a little bit, Jerry, so I'm not sure if Yao completely understood, but it sounded like you have a customer that is interested in your platform, Yao.
Yes, yes, in adoption. I'm asking about how to adopt your products in education, in tech education, or olive stacks.
Oh, sorry, I can't hear clearly what Jerry said.
I'm asking about how can I adopt your product because I love the concept, the product, and how can we adopt it in education for olive stacks because we are into tech education and we love the way your presentation is simple, like you said, a grandma can understand it. So how can we use your product? Is there an application or do we have to go to your website or how can we use your AI to create those simple videos for education in Africa?
Oh, okay. So our videos is like we have a storytelling concept. If you guys like know about K Nuggets YouTube channel, that's explain the keyword of some very like hard to understand in a story that have concept and with example like very closely with our daily life. So that video make every people can understand exactly what about AI or SingularityNET. So about the AI chatbot, we have that like an resource of our company, and we don't ask for budget of this proposal for the chatbot because we all already have the chatbot, and the chatbot just for provide the content in the video we make about SingularityNET for the other people more clearly. Example like you watching our video.
Thank you, Yao. I'm going to interrupt you because we also want to give the other people a little bit of time. So sorry for the interruption. I would suggest, so what I like about this is you have a good presentation and Jerry thinks that is a very cool thing and he would like to use what you are offering. And this is what SingularityNET and deep funding is all about, creating collaboration between developers and contributors. So I would suggest that the both of you get in touch with each other, either through the portal or here in the chat. And then you can discuss further offline if there are ways you can help each other. So thanks a lot, Yao. Very good presentation. Thank you, Jerry, for your question and your enthusiasm. And without further ado, we're going to Io, who is already prepared. So we have 2 presentations from IO, and the first one is about, you see it here, Ghost AI.
Has my time started?
Yes.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm very excited to be here. It's been an amazing time with you guys, and I'm sure you're already wondering what is Ghost AI about. I'm Hayo. I have background in vet medicine. I went to HR, I went to project management, and then I finally landed in marketing and branding. And I think what this has done for me is that it's allowed me to gather some holistic view about life, which is of course about solutions. And then when you talk about life, and you talk about generally about things, the most difficult questions are always the questions that are maybe three words. For example, what is life? What's important to people? You know, and I think that it's usually just the issues, the things that we grapple with, the things that we find difficult, the things that we have to deal with as humans every time. And usually, when you think about it, it's always going to be something that somebody should do for you, or something that you need somebody to do for you, or somebody that you need present. All right. And usually, it's always going to be about limitations, not being able to be in two places at a time. Sometimes about finiteness, the idea that something finishes. Sometimes it's quality. I want to work, I want to make money, but I also want to be with family. Sometimes time is just not enough. All right. These are the problem. And then enters Ghost AI. Now with Ghost AI, what if you could see life differently? What if you could live, the kind of life that you would like to live? What if you could do things differently? Now, let me give you a scenario. Imagine that you are a top performing person and you would like to mentor people, but you cannot mentor people because you have limited time. What do? You have a Ghost AI where the AI learns about you and then represents you with every intent and purpose. Of course, this is ideation, all right? There's still many things to consider. You have to consider the protocols. You have to consider applications and ethics. You have to consider what the avatars or the interface will be like. We also have to consider benefits and viability. And that's why we are doing a whole ideation to see what are the things that we can do with this kind of scenario. Can this kind of situation take an African boy out of poverty by mentoring? Can this kind of application give a 16-year-old access to parents that she never had? Can that be? And this is what Ghost AI is about. It's about being able to deal with finiteness using infiniteness. All right, thank you so much. I hope you get that.
Wow, and also right in time, and a very philosophical presentation, and that is really great to see. Thank you, very well spoken. So, does anybody have a question on this? No ghosts in the room that would like to pose a question here, then I would suggest, Ayo, if we just continue with your next presentation, which is maybe a little bit different, marketing API.
Yes, so I already introduced myself, so this is going to be much easier. I mean, you already know what my background is. And every time you go on GitHub, you will notice that what people do there is that you have something that tells people about yourself. And there are several other solutions like that, for example, for creators, graphic designer, video editors, what you call portfolio. So you can go to a place and just know what the person is all about and just be able to gauge what a person's capability is about. But you don't have that for freelance marketers, marketing executives, relationship managers. Hold that thought, okay? Just hold that thought. Now, every time you create a solution and you want to go to the market, there's always something about critical mass, all right? Critical mass means if there is a certain number of people who should adopt your solution before it becomes accepted, if you fail to achieve that number, you have a failed product. Not because the product does not work, but because people did not adopt it. Hence the reason why we have to change marketing from being a necessity, marketing as a necessity, to marketing as a solution. Is it possible to have a solution where once you are done with your product, you are a developer, you're not a marketer, you don't have to worry about those things? What if you could just have something that you plug and it plays? What does this do for you? Now, imagine that you have baseline for a marketing protocol, something that just takes your solutions, craft stories for it, craft media for it, craft copies for it, determine what your customer avatar is, determine their psychology, determine where to find them, determine when best to post at them, and then create content for you and then post around. Now, remember that thought that I asked you to hold, all right? Okay, just imagine it now. So imagine that you have a platform that serves like GitHub for marketers, which also, gives you access as an API. Once you are done with your solution, what you are able to do is that you can plug this API into your solution, and then you have access to an AI that markets for you, and probably 2,000 or 5,000 marketing executives, trained individuals who can take your product to market. What this does for you is that you never have to worry about critical mass adoption. Thank you so much.
That's a wonderful future that you're sketching there. Thank you for a second great presentation. I'm sure having a good marketing, automated marketing program would be a great solution for a lot of service developers on our platform. Does anybody have any questions here? Marta.
I have a question. Ayo, if you get funded for both projects, to which are you showing up in person and to which are you sending your ghost?
I like that question. I think I would show up for marketing and then allow the AI ghost to do AI. So I probably would just do that. But the good thing about the ghost AI is that the way we are editing is that it stays with me. I mean, the ghost is always supposed to be around me, learn from me. And then when it appears somewhere, you don't even know the difference. All right. The difference between a clone and a ghost in this sense is that a clone knows exactly what I know. A ghost can access infinite intelligence and deploy it the way I would deploy the intelligence. So if you meet my ghost 5 years from now, it should have developed on a grand scale of what I would have developed in 5 years, not a clone that is stuck in 5 years in the past. Yeah, so yeah.
Fascinating. Thank you very much. You're giving us some food for thought here. And also, Marta, with your question. Okay, I muted somebody. So thank you for the presentation, for both presentations, Ayo. It was a pleasure watching and listening. And let's go to the next one, which is Evgeny Tian, Artificial Intelligence Education Service. We have another education proposal here. Eugene.
Yes. Hello. 1 second. I will turn on share screen. Okay.
Yes, we see it.
You see, yes?
Yes.
Okay, Artificial Intelligence Education Service. I want to start from problem. As the number of models increases, guides and tutorials become relevant because it saves time for the user and it can expand the number of marketing tools. Jupyter has complicated interface. People promoting their models don't have the right tools to create corner materials such as manuals or masterclasses and seminars on how to use AI services. And Jupyter lacks tools to monitor learning. So we offer an advanced web UI that allows you to create masterclasses and educational materials to learn neural networks. Our service introduced an intuitive user interface designed to develop workshops and tutorials from AI Singularity Marketplace. Also can be used by all AGI ambassadors to create masterclass and train materials to promote AI models and the Singularity Marketplace generally. The service always helps to develop the Singularity AI Marketplace and fosters expand the community. At first, is simplicity. The process of connect models from Marketplace is automated, allows students to focus on working with the models. Engagement. This is an opportunity to create interactive content to test students' knowledge. This allows to check the results better. Dynamic content. Educational content consists of blocks. It's possible to create text blocks, loading media files, blocks with dynamic content, and blocks with model calls from Marketplace. Since calls from the Marketplace are paid, RGX or IC tokens will be provided to students for training. And students won't have to understand the specifics of blockchain, wallets, connectivity, etc. The process is also automated. So these benefits enhance the educational process and raises the likelihood that students will share it with their friends. Our service is based on Jupyter Notebook, H5P technology, and SDK of SNet. I want to say about 5P technology. It allows you to create interactive content such as drag and drop materials, quizzes, tests, and interactive video, etc. to present the materials as well as to monitor learning. Roadmaps and training statistics data collecting will also be implemented. Our team is well qualified and has extensive experience in developing and running projects in education and blockchain areas. Thank you.
Thank you. Just over time. Wonderful presentation. Looks like you've used that presentation more often. It looks very well polished. Does anybody have any questions? Then allow me one question. Is part of your proposal to onboard or create some services on our platform?
It's a service with own UI. We connect Jupyter and H5P to generate
let me phrase it differently. Will your project create API calls on our decentralized AI platform?
API calls, yes, from Marketplace.
Yes, so you will onboard a service and you will have API calls there too. Okay, that was my question.
Okay, we will use API calls and so it will look like UI with code blocks. Code blocks is will a template to call from market Singularity.
All right, cool. Well, it's great to have a lot of educational services on our platform. I think it's a very interesting domain. We did contemplate to have a specific pool about education, and looking at all the projects here, maybe that's something we should also continue to consider for Deep Funding Round 5. But it didn't stop anybody from proposing anyway, so that's a good thing. Thank you for your presentation and your great proposal, Eugene.
Yeah, thank you.
Then we will continue to Daniel. bot chain. Is Daniel in the house? I don't see a Daniel right here. So Daniel Lalen, bot chain. And otherwise, he is offering us the gift of time, which is also well received and appreciated. We'll continue to the next one, next in line. And if Daniel will show up later, we can still give him a spot. Next one is Musonda. Musonda Bemba on casual care. Is Musonda here still? I see that the number of people is reducing a little bit due to time, maybe. I don't see Musonda here. Well, then we are catching up in time, which is also a benefit. We'll just go to the next one, and I know Chen is already is here and ready. Chen, are you ready for your e-healthcare proposal?
Yes, John Horling. But I have we have two proposal, so I would like to present in one. Is that okay?
Well, I would prefer if we do it separately, because that will
Okay.
to cut them up and add them to your proposal, and it will make it a little bit easier for the editors who have a lot of work to do. So if we can make two separate presentations, that would be preferred.
Yeah.
What we could do, Chen, is to go from one presentation to the other and do the questions after the second one, if that helps you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Let's do it like that.
Yeah, thank you. Let me share my screen. I hope that you can see my screen right now.
Yes, very clear.
Yeah. Let me turn them up. Hi, everyone. I would like to share a bit about my our proposal. Our proposal name is Elderly Healthcare Monitoring. In this funding round, round 4, we have an idea to use a smart device, wearable device, to monitor elderly people. But we have some we haven't have enough understanding about the problem and what kind of data we are going to collect to make high quality proposal in next funding round. So in this funding round, we submit this proposal to spend time on problem analysis and data collection. We hope that we understand the specific need from every people. And the second thing, we will collect and store the right data in order to have a high quality proposal in next funding round, maybe in deep funding round 5. The proposal already have a 3 milestone, and we have at a minimum budget for this challenge, ideally phase. So that is simple for a simple explanation about our proposal, elderly healthcare monitoring. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chen, and well on time. You're executing the timer yourself, I see, so that's great. Thank you for that as well. As discussed, let's just continue with your next presentation and leave the questions for after that. So please go ahead.
Yeah. Let me move back. Hi everyone. We would like to share with all of you about our proposal. in early of this year, January, we organized a foundation AI course to the public. This is a free course to everyone. Its name is AI 101. This is a foundation AI course to everyone. This course have 8 lessons, and each lesson will last for an hour and a half. As a first lesson, we have 132 people to register, and around 80 to 85 people join and attend on 8 lesson. I think this is a successful course, so we have a motivation to submit our proposal named Promoting Deep Funding Through Education. What is education here? We will deliver AI 101 course again to our local community, but one thing different is at the end of each lesson, at the end of each section, we will have acknowledgement about deep funding, because deep funding is our main sponsor, and we will have a 5-minute explain about what deep funding is and what is the opportunity for community when they put the idea on this platform. And by doing so, we think we will enhance the visibility of deep funding to community and foster community builder in cloud environment, and engaging developer startup to our platform. That is the thing we will do in our proposal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chen, and well done in time. Thank you for the presentation. We had 2 presentations, one ideation project on elderly care, and one marketing project on promoting deep funding. Does anybody have any questions on either of the 2 presentations? Then at this case, looking at the time, I think it's good that we leave it at that and go to the last 2 presentations from the last presenter. So thank you, Chen. And Maria Carmo, are you here? There's no Maria. Well, that means that we're suddenly at the end of this Spotlight breakout session. We don't have the same number of people in the room anymore as in the beginning, but I thank you all for staying until the end. As you could see, we had a wonderful diversity of projects, technical projects, marketing projects, some more philosophical, sociological, ethical. All these things were represented in just this single breakout room. So it will be quite a challenge for our community to pick the best proposals from all these. But one thing that I'm pretty sure about it, that these pitch presentations will help our community make up their mind. So thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for presenting. Thanks for your questions. And Duke, thank you for supporting me during this session.
So very quickly, welcome everybody. Looks like we have 20 participants. We had one request. I think it was Amar who asked if he could go on early. So we're going to do a very strict 3 minutes. After Amar, if that is the correct person, we're going to have Louis Milena from Collabberry, and Liam from Village OS, and then Nefredi. And we'll keep. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's my first time being a co-host on Zoom.
Okay.
So I would really love to know how to quickly add someone to co-host.
Okay, you should have, let's see. Okay, if we even have host, I don't see that we've been given the host. So share screen. Can everybody share screen? If everybody looks down at the bottom, do you have share screen? And presenters, do you have the capability to share screen?
No, disabled. Yeah, wait, sorry. No, it's disabled.
Okay.
Disabled.
Victor, I'm going to call you Victor because that's what your screen shows. If you could go back, interrupt Jan, and tell him that either you or you should get it and be assigned as co-host in here. And then you will be able to do it. We cannot do it until he presents that or gives it to us.
I think I'm a
leave,
co-host right now.
Yeah, leave this room, go into Jan's in room number 1 and ask to be made co-host. Otherwise, we're going to have an issue. And I will stay here and tap dance. I wish all of you presenters good luck. I think I will be presenting tomorrow, so I'm here to get some tips from all of you. Please be active, proactive in your promoting your own projects and engaging chat in the appropriate channels, Telegram, Discord, and wherever else matter most if you are in there. We apologize that for the 3 minutes. It's tight because of the number of presenters, and everybody is, whether it's a vid or a presentation, 3 minutes is tight to do. If you picked up some of the comments from the first presentation. So we are recording. Amar, do you need to use your screen or share your screen, or are you just presenting as is?
Yes, I have a presentation prepared actually.
Okay, so then we're going to have to wait, and everybody else probably has a presentation. We just need to wait for Duke to come back in.
I don't have a presentation, so I can go if that's helpful.
You're gonna talk Alapaco or however you say it, without music.
Alfresco.
Liam, alfresco. Okay, Liam. Since you have no presentation other than yourself, please step up to the stage. We are recording, and I am going to set a 3-minute timer. If there is any time left over, we will use it if possible for questions. Okay, go ahead, Liam, you're on.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I had an internet glitch, don't know what happened, but hopefully all is good. Okay, so I'm Liam from the Astralship project in Wales, and we kind of evolved from a hackerspace, co-living space into now more of a regenerative incubator. We have a lot of space, and we can co-live here, and we are exploring doing basically extended design workshops as what we call voyages. And we're building a methodology around voyaging. So what I'm pitching for here is for a specific voyage that we want to do, and we're looking for funding for under the ideation track. And so this is called Village OS Voyage. We have a collaborator in the US called Max Zeiner, and he has the Village OS. He's seeded that project and marrying up with us, and we collaborate extensively with a local regenerative farm. It's a co-op owned farm, very interesting, innovative. They have 2 PhDs and a bunch of, everyone has a degree there, and working really hard on producing food that is really sustainable with low input costs and keeping the costs down to local community whilst trying to make a living. And so what we want to do on the voyage is basically deep dive into designing an agentic workflow system that is basically allows everyone on the farm to use a conversational interface to communicate with the system, and the system be able to generate things like tasks that people would do. So like thinking about the feasibility of this already, so in a very crude and simple sense, you can see that something could work just using normal like ChatGPT. You could like go around, give ChatGPT a hypothetical scenario and tell it like there are all these situations, things that need doing, and ask it to give you, now give me a prioritized list of things to do. So you can see that an LLM is capable of dealing with that kind of stuff. So what we propose with an agentic system is that we have multiple agents that are taking in the conversation feeds from different farm members, etc., and creating things like lists of tasks in a vector database. I foresee challenges in like how we do the RAG system, which is the retrieval augmented generation, how we get the optimized generation from the vector space. I think that's where there's potentially going to be challenges, and that's why we want to do the voyage, so that we can bring together some really interesting minds to work together with, for example, farmers who are going to actually be using the system, and human design experts. Most of the UI is hopefully going to be conversational, so that there may be a bit of UI design there, but a lot of like looking at
that's your 3 minutes.
That's my 3 minutes.
That's your 3 minutes. It goes quick. Everybody else, that was Liam from Astroship, I believe, in ideation. And what budget are you asking for, Liam?
We're asking for $5,000.
Okay, I did review yours, so I do know it. So very good. Again, if everybody could set their timers, 3 minutes goes quick, does it not, Liam? Okay. Victor, are you back in yet?
Yeah, I think everyone can share screen right now. I think one person could try, and let's see if it works.
Yeah.
Anmar, you were supposed to be up next.
Okay, I can try, yes.
And if you could share your screen and again, set your timer.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry, before you go, can Ubio raise his hand? So can we have Ubio speak?
Okay, yeah, Tommy, I wanted to ask, I thought Jan talked about the fact that there is a timer. We can on the timer from the from Zoom. I think that would be most helpful. But if not, no problem, we can use ours.
If you know if you know where it is. I don't know where
it is. Showed up in the other room, but not here.
So I don't have, I can't find the timer, but if Ammar, if you could present.
Should I start now?
Please.
Okay, great. I hope the slideshow is working, right? Yeah, so my product is called Next Prescription Predictor. It's the new projects pool, and it's for 60K funding requested. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to predict, given a patient history, as shown in the figure to the left, like his age, his medical conditions that he suffered from. We try to have a model that take all this history and try to guess what would his future medical record have terms. These terms could be like diseases like the one listed here, and like he's 64, could sometimes be one of them. And it could be like prescriptions, as the name of the project suggests, and it could be some treatments. Why we are trying to do that? It's because it's super helpful. This could be helpful to like patients, to doctors, to educators, to students. It could be used in various ways. Why are we trying? So the structure is like a GPT based, it's a transformer based model. And it takes like the past event and try to predict the future. We do that because GPT structure works, and it can work on basically any text and structured data, which is the kind of main source of data that we're trying, AHR records. And theoretically, it can predict into any range in the future of medical history. So like we can take the predictions that the model generated, add it to the history of the patient, and then predict next time. Keep going like that in an autoregressive manner. So what are we exactly trying to do? So we're trying to build a whole pipeline where we start with the raw data that is like the medical notes written by the doctors and the patient medical history, which usually in raw text. we use what's called as an NER model, or named entity recognition model, that extract these like keywords mentioned here, like memory impairment, recurrent false, authenticity, age. This model extracts these features. Then we try to predict what would be the next keywords. Based on that, we finally use an explanation module that will take these terms, classify them if this is a disease, as a treatment, it's a prescription, and explain it to the final user. All of the three services would be onboarded onto the SNET market, and this will help collaboration and other like services in health work. Finally, our team consists of me, that will be the lead researcher. We also have engineers that will be focused on deployment, and an NLP engineer who would work on the text data collection and cleaning and processing, the first milestone. And we're also looking to like almost 50% of 2 milestones for like contracting with a junior pathologist. That would will help us in classifying the data at first, and then like evaluating the model with predictions. And I guess that's all.
Okay, beautiful. That's your 3 minutes, and someone did figure out how to start a timer, and I thank you very much, Ammar. So that was Ammar, and I believe it was Next Prescription. And which pool are you in?
New projects.
New projects. That's what I thought. Okay, up next will be Lewis from Integrate Twins into something, and I forget the whole title.
Sure.
So are you ready, Lewis?
I am ready. I'll just be speaking.
Okay, so again, you'll have whoever's working the clock, if you could do that, I would appreciate it. And it is 3 minutes. And start your time now, Lewis. Good luck.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to introduce a really exciting proposal that we believe will revolutionize the music industry by integrating into an already revolutionary approach, which is music licensing, done by Incantio. Incantio is a project of SingularityNET. Our proposal is to the incorporation of twin protocols, AI twins, into Incantio. This powerful combination will not only enhance Incantio's platform capabilities, but also transform how musicians interact with their fans and further increase the stickiness of an already engaging platform. So who is Incantio? Incantio is already poised to disrupt the music licensing industry with their innovative AI tool called Vibe. This tool matches song qualities to content's needs, the musician's needs, by addressing the limitations of traditional music licensing methods. And Incantio ensures that early stage artists are no longer overlooked, and the content creators have access to a constant stream of fresh and original music. Their partnerships with industry leaders like APM Music and, of course, SingularityNET underscore the potential to capture a significant market share in this booming creator economy. Now imagine taking this a step further by integrating twin protocols, AI twins. This cutting-edge technology will create digital twins for each musician, allowing them to offer fans personalized experiences like dynamic Q&As, exclusive content previews, and tailored musical performances. These interactions will deepen fan loyalty and really open new revenue streams through direct interactions and merchandise sales. It's not just about providing unique experiences. It's about enhancing the artist and fan bond and giving musicians valuable real-time feedback to refine their craft, their outreach, and how they engage with their fans. With Twin Protocol's AI twins, Incantio can offer a truly immersive experience for fans, transforming how musicians connect with the audience. This innovative approach will set Incantio apart in a rapidly evolving music industry, providing a platform where artists can monetize their interactions in unprecedented ways. By leveraging this technology, we can ensure that Incantio remains at the forefront of the music licensing industry, driving their growth, driving the success for both artists and content creators alike. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to exploring the really incredible opportunities this integration will bring. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, you have 15 seconds real quick. It's Lewis from Integrate Twin Protocol, and I believe that's in the new pool. What was your ask, Lewis?
150K.
150K. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And Melanie Morovo from Collab is up next.
Milena?
And after you will be Liam. So please, someone set the clock for 3 minutes. And let us, I see 5 minutes, so we need a 3-minute clock, and then you can go. I'm going to go with mine. Go ahead, Melanie.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm going to present Collabberry. First, a little bit of background. Collabberry was born after I completed R&Dow's fellowship program, where I was researching compensation in early stage teams. You can find the paper in the proposal, and Collabberry is looking to align incentives between founders and contributors. And why is that? Because the balance between maximizing runway and contributors' need is the most decisive factor of whether a startup will fail or not. The big picture is a tiered compensation system, where the tier 1 is bounty system that provides a risk-free environment. It's great for onboarding, for contributors to join new projects, get to know each other with the founders, and it's necessary for the founders for one-time gigs. About myself, I'm Milena. I have technical background, been in tech for 10 years, in crypto for 4. I previously co-founded and was CTO of Outlab, so I've already had experience building a product from scratch and leading teams. And now I'm looking to work on Collab Tech and solve this problem of compensation in early stage teams. And the proposal that the grant that I'm looking for here is for the very first tier, which is the AI-based bounty platform. The problem that the current bounty platforms we have is that it's super difficult to define a price, and we can even see that here. And the other problem that I'm tackling is that incentives between founders and core team and bounty hunters and potential contributors are not aligned. What I'm looking to implement is the solution is for an LLM model to propose bounty price so that it's easier, and on the other hand, to implement split between project points, so representing ownership and monetary rewards, so that we can align incentives and create the environment for long-term relationships, so that these bounty hunters can grow into committed contributors. The deliverables of this grant are completed admin dashboard for managing bounties and team, completed bounty platform for taking, submitting bounties and all that, and AI-powered solution for suggesting the price, as well as on-chain project points for implementing the split between monetary and ownership compensation. And thank you.
Beautiful. She came in under the time, just under the wire. Milena, what pool are you in, and how much is your ask, if I may?
Yes, new project, 30K.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
If everybody could do me a favor, there's 4 or 5 people besides myself that have their microphones open, and we're getting some feedback. If we could, out of respect to all of you, when you go, just keep the microphones closed until you are the next person to go. Liam Kermes, and I apologize for anybody's name or project that I butcher. I was assigned this morning, and I did not have time to prep.
Hey, no problem. Kermes is good.
I
already presented, Tommy, so I think it's over to the next person.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Number 4. It's Neff.
I'm sorry, Nefredi, you are number 4. Beyond the Code AI. Go for it. 3 minutes.
All right. Just wanna. There's my camera. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Nefertiti, and just call me Neff for short. All good. Beyond the Code is a documentary series that's centered around my actual business partner, who happens to be the CEO and founder of SingularityNET, Dr. Ben Goertzel. Vin and I initiated this with Danny Newcomb, who also, as you just heard about, created Incantio. And a few other folks came together understanding some of the things that were needed to futurize SingularityNET. As a strategic initiative officer on the music side with a background in filmmaking, recording, producing, a former CMO, and also business development for film, I understood how those few things could come together and help SingularityNET into a broader audience pool, into a capability of onboarding people around the world who mostly know nothing about artificial intelligence and or have a fear about artificial intelligence and or don't have a vehicle into a way to participate within the structure of artificial intelligence. What I believe SNET offers the world is those exact capacities. But what we don't have yet is a vehicle. I see Beyond the Code docu-series as a vehicle. It should eventually be a vehicle that will allow every single ecosystem, whether they're new, startup, beginning, to have a voice, to have a way for outside people who know nothing about artificial intelligence to have a chance to understand and explore it in a visual and media purpose way. I say media purpose because a lot of comments have been made on my particular project where people are confused or they don't understand, or one person said, do you have a blockchain expert? I think so. So what I encourage people to do, which is the purpose of this docu-series, is to do research, to have the ability to ask questions. So I look at deep funding as a microcosm of Beyond the Code, because what deep funding allows you to do, it's like a Shark Tank. It gives you a place to have ideas. It gives you a place to get your ideas funded and executed or not. If they're not executed, you get a chance to come back. That is exactly what Beyond the Code, the docu-series, would do for SingularityNET. I'm asking for 150,000 because that will be broken into 3 different pools. One, we are dropping a NFT as I speak. I'm here in Texas with SingularityNET at Consensus. We have created an event centered around multiple platinum artists that have sold upward 30 million records. We are utilizing Incantio for sync licensing embedded within the docu-series. A lot of our artistic expressions, the NFTs, are being built utilizing AI. Separately,
and that's your timer, Neff. And
okay,
thank you very much. We appreciate it. And I think you are in the miscellaneous pool, if I recall correctly. Next up is Daniel.
Sorry, Tommy.
Yes.
He got a question on the chat. From Walter Kashatz. He asked how many episodes and of what length planned for your proposal.
I didn't understand the question.
Walter asked the question saying how many episodes and of what length planned. That's basically the question.
How many episodes and what's the last part of that question?
And of what length planned.
Did you understand?
No.
And
how long are the episodes going to be? How many episodes and how long do you
well,
are they going to be?
it is a continual series.
That's
The plan is for it to be a continual. So hopefully we'll have our own YouTube channel, media platform. They will be continual and they'll be in 30-minute intervals.
Beautiful. Read the proposal. It's in Miss. It's 150 ask for Miss, which is, I believe, a large ask for that pool. But next, beautiful presentation, Neff. Beautiful. Daniel, you are up next, and you have back-to-back proposals. Would you like 2 3-minute segments or 1 6-minute segment?
2 3-minute segments, please, as they're rather different. So Cyril is going to present the second one for us.
Okay, beautiful. So can we get 3 minutes on the clock? And Daniel, you are up. I believe it's improved reputations.
Yeah, thank you all. So this is Improved Reputation Systems for Governance, RFP, and we're proposing a coalition in between Together Crew, RNDAO, and the SingularityNET community to figure this out. We have a combined team that has deep expertise in governance, having led governance at organizations such as Aragon, research decision-making since Google's projects on decision making, and in general, 20 years combined of user research, as well as multiple PhDs and significant experience building complex systems and generally understanding this space. That being said, what we really believe in here is that we can co-create, build on top, and integrate. So we really want to invite the community to help craft this RFP with us. And that's why we have chosen a facilitative approach, as well as mapping the space of other reputation tools and governance solutions. So we are ensuring that we're not reinventing the wheel, but either leveraging the best expertise, knowledge, resources that are already out there to create the most cost-effective, fast to deploy, reliable, and ultimately beneficial solution for SingularityNET and the broader ecosystem of communities. We're basing this on the understanding that there are many types of reputation. We can talk about engagement, expertise, how much context you have, how much social capital. And as well, there is many steps for governance, from sense-making to defining a problem, to prioritizing, brainstorming solutions, approval or selection. And because there is this complex landscape, we want to really dig into the nuances together with the communities that we have invited. So the idea here is to go from robust fundamentals to deep insights. So we want to map the different stages of community-led decision-making, then map key processes and approaches for each step. So as well, understanding the diversity of stakeholders involved. That's to say, not everyone needs to participate at every step and in the same way. So reputation naturally will not be the same across the whole thing. And if we misunderstand these nuances, we're going to design a reputation system that is generalist, but ultimately not fit for purpose. So we want to leverage all of these insights to then map the different types of reputation to the governance stages and develop a very comprehensive RFP that as well understands all the other solutions that already exist in the ecosystem. And we're making sure that we're not building what already exists, but rather collaborating to build a better system. This is part of the RFP design tool, and we're asking for 19,000 as well, thanks to the fact that we have already been working in this space for quite a while. So we have a lot of research and technology that we can leverage to accelerate this process. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it greatly. And your next project, I did not catch the presenter's name. So if you would introduce her, I would appreciate it.
That's Cyril.
Hello, I'll just share my
Sorry,
screen.
before Cyril presents, you got a question from the chat from Walter. He asked, SingularityNET and its units held a number of workshops on reputation. So how the outcome gets integrated?
Yeah, so the first step in the process is mapping the different bodies of research that have already been part. So we want to get the work group as well as other involved to bring in these inputs. Like I know already that they exist, and we very much want to take them into account, as well as invite the participants to be part of the work group. We are actually saving part of the budget to rewarding the other participants. Our interest here is on orchestrating a conversation with everyone here because it's a big and complex topic. So we need everyone involved, and we want to build on top of all the previous learnings and experiments.
Beautiful. Great answer. And thank you, Walter, for that question. We appreciate it. And again, let's go to proposal number 2 for your team.
All right. Can you see my screen?
It's showing black.
It says you've started sharing, and if whoever's controlling the clock, let's go to 3 minutes. We'll give him a chance to get his screen up. Otherwise, he's got to do al fresco.
Daniel, maybe you can share the screen because I'm having an issue sharing it here.
Yeah, it seems to be a bandwidth, Cyril. And I apologize. I thought when I heard Daniel mention your name, I took it as a feminine name. I apologize.
No problem. You're not the first, not the last. All right. So hello, everyone. Thanks for having me on. I'm Cyril, the tech lead at Together Crew. Today, I'll give you a short overview of our community-driven knowledge platform. Our mission at Together Crew is to basically empower communities with their own data. Over the last 2 years, we've been building the Together Crew application, and through this, we've basically developed partnerships with multiple ecosystems, including SingularityNET, with whom we've already developed a product called HiveMind, which is a multi-data source LLM-powered QA bot. Our core team consists of experts basically from graph theory, network science, and AI app developers. So what are we building? We are building a knowledge platform, and we believe that knowledge is something that is fluid and something that is co-created within community. We've designed a solution that is built to reflect this. We were going to build a knowledge graph that's intended to handle large interlinked semantic objects, which will be adhering to FAIR principles, which means that the objects will be findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. In order to interact with those objects, we're going to be building an API to interface with the knowledge graph. And then basically as part of this, we're basically going to be getting knowledge from your deep funding portal and through an ingestion pipeline. This data will be passed through what we're calling a knowledge generator, which is basically going to be a tool that will transform data into knowledge statements. In order to validate those knowledge statements, we'll also be developing a knowledge validator, which will essentially be a web interface, which will allow community members to manually transform knowledge statements, so make any corrections or add opinions to those knowledge statements. The whole knowledge platform in general will be supported with detailed documentation and one-to-one support for app developers looking to build on top of these and use the data available. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for your time. Please vote for us.
Yes, thank you, Cyril. Question, what pool are you in, and what was your proposal amount?
Daniel, what pool are we in?
This is the knowledge graph RFP, and we're asking for 110.
Okay, beautiful. And time is up. Thank you very much. Both of you were great presenters. We appreciate it. Next up is Vladimir. Vladimir, I'm not going to Sotnikov.
Yes.
And it's integrate. I'll let you introduce your own project. And thank you. Set the timer.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
yes.
Vladimir.
Yes, I'm Vladimir, the founder and CEO of AlphaCake.ai, and our proposal is to integrate our services, AlphaCake.ai, into SingularityNET. Let me explain what does it mean. So first of all, about us, AlphaCake.ai is an AI lab that builds custom AI and data infrastructure for crypto research, both for crypto ecosystems projects, but also for individuals and traders, so for B2B and B2C. Our goals is to help both projects and users navigate crypto markets and get more insights and data. So our team is extremely strong in both AI and fintech. We have a proven track of records of investments. I personally have an ACM Best Paper Award, presented on Media GTC twice. My astrophysical research was mentioned in OpenAI's blog post. And so we launched last year. Since then, we have released a lot of APIs and custom apps, reached all-time high of almost 10 million market cap of our token, and now developing data environment for autonomous agents for crypto market research. So our most popular tool for our most popular apps are Alpha Chat that provides question answering based on real-time crypto market data, and Alpha Visuals, a tool for generating and editing images tailored for crypto communities. Here are some screenshots of our already existing working apps. For example, charts of market sentiment data that we're collecting from various sources, generators, reports, etc. The key reason why we applied for this grant is that before finding out about OpenCog, I was actually developing my own knowledge graph system that I named Fractal, that takes a lot of different modalities of crypto market data, smart contract code, social media posts, etc., and combines them together in knowledge subgraphs. And the whole idea of this proposal is to take those two API models and connect them to the SNET infrastructure and do it in multiple ways. So the biggest thing is to take those knowledge subgraphs and start exporting them into meta submodules, basically pieces of code that contain in meta that contains grounded items of crypto market data. Also take all of our already existing apps and also, yeah, let me return again, and also open source the whole thing for developers to leverage on. Also take off all of our apps, integrate them into SingularityNET marketplace. Also open source the middleware developed during this thing, and also build a data pipeline for taking real-time data about SNET infrastructure and integrate it into our knowledge graph, so it will be available both in those services and our end user apps. And that's basically it. Thank you, everyone, and welcome joining our discussions in the proposal page.
Beautiful. Two questions again, like I ask everybody just about, is what pool are you in, and how much is your proposal ask?
Yeah, we ask for 120K. We are in the new projects pool.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And as usually, if there's a question in chat, I will be interrupted by my co-host, who is doing a great job. Next up is Logan Golema from Cyber Sentience. Are you ready, sir? Is Clement, is Logan in the room? If Logan is not in the room, Robin Spottiswood is going to go next, Bridging SNET AI Services. Robin, are you in the room?
I am, yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Tommy.
Please start off.
Yeah, let me share my screen, 1 second. Okay, thank you, Tommy. You're doing an excellent job. Let me just say that. We appreciate you. So my name is Robin. I am founder and CTO of Museverse. And today I'm going to share our journey so far and our proposal for the new deep funding round. So firstly, we were awarded a grant in the first round of deep funding, and we built a virtual reality piano, which was, you could play in virtual reality. You could, I'll show you a video of it in a second, but it's really cool. Here we go. And you could like sync it with your headset and have fun playing the piano. And then we found during this process that there was a problem with using Unity, which is the game engine we were building the app with, and the SNET marketplace. Basically, there were lots of hurdles you had to jump over to use these AI services. And in this round of deep funding, we want to solve those problems. And why, you might ask, why do we want to solve these problems? Because the Unity game engine is huge. If anyone that's not familiar with it, there's hundreds of, probably thousands of games on there. There's 2 million active developers. This is a huge market that could be using the AI marketplace. So we want to build this bridge to allow these developers to access this Unity ecosystem. And once we built that, we will allow any person building a game in Unity to access the entire list of AI services from the SNET marketplace. I'll show you a little bit more of what we've already built, and as I'm talking, you can just watch that in the background. We are a team. We have Unity developers. We've deployed Unity services before. We're familiar with the ecosystem, and basically, by achieving this proposal, we will give any developer on the SNET marketplace, any developer on Unity, access to each other. And the game market is worth over $200 billion. So this is a huge opportunity. And I just want to thank everyone for their time and for their presentations. They've all been good so far, and invite any questions. Thanks for listening.
Well, beautiful. Almost 30 seconds under your allotted time. So there is, if anybody has a question, please ask. I will ask the two questions I do. Which pool and how much is your ask?
We're in the new projects pool, and our ask is 150K.
Okay. Any other questions? No? Then I thank you very much, sir. I wish you luck. I like your back screen. Love the SingularityNet thing there. That's great. And Leonard Van Der Ziel, if I have that correct, you are up next with predictive analytics for hotel demand. Are you here, Leonard?
Yeah, I'm here. You pronounced my name perfectly. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
And still?
And still.
Yeah.
You're doing
Amazing.
good.
Awesome, awesome. Hey guys, I'm Leonard from Trust Level, and I want to present here our second proposal in this round, which is evidence-based health data for AI longevity apps. What is the problem that we are trying to solve? That is, data and knowledge used in AI-driven health and longevity apps is often inconsistent, sometimes even contradictory, or based on subjective health theories. And that leads to the wrong health advice and leaving people's health gains on the table, which is, of course, really bad. And the goal that we have is to improve the integrity of this data and knowledge and revolutionize healthcare by providing each individual with an evidence-based personalized health protocol for well-being, longevity, and disease prevention. And our approach is that we will focus on market research, concept development, and a feasibility study. And when that project is successful, we would like to develop a prototype in the next round. Then a bit more about the team. For this ideation proposal, we will combine Trust Level's work in data integrity and my own expertise in biohacking and health optimization to get to the goal that we have. And a bit more background about Trust Level. Trust Level is founded by Dominic Tillman. He is here in the room as well. And Trust Level builds reputation-based tools for better data and information reliability. And they already received several grants from several parties before. And then, yeah, that was it. If you have any questions or suggestions for us, please let us know. Send us a message.
Thank you. You have a full 40 seconds if there's any questions. I, of course, will ask my two, but also because I think I butchered your proposal name. Could you repeat your proposal name, how much you're asking, and what pool you are in? Thank you.
Yes, of course. So the name of the proposal is evidence-based health data for AI longevity apps and health apps. And the proposal is 5K, and it's for the ideation phase.
Okay, beautiful. And thank you. And
thank you as well.
Good luck. And I would suggest you talk to the people at Rejuve if you haven't.
I will do that for sure. Thanks for the suggestion.
Next up, and then after this, Uday Solanki, predictive analytics for hotel demand. And after Uday is, if I have your name correct, Uday, is Harry Heller, and then Curtis Myers. And Curtis, I'll just I won't handle your clock for you. I'll just do it on my phone if that's it. And Uday, please go ahead and present. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Myself Uday. Hope you can hear me well.
Yeah, we can.
I think I don't know why this. Okay, now I can. Okay, I will use this way. Sorry, quickly. So I'm representing AI Quant, technology company primarily built for AI application development and blockchain and quant technology. We are based in India and UAE, Dubai. Myself background, I've been CTO for a global company, hospitality company, Iramax, for 20 years. I got introduced to Cardano blockchain in 2021 and delivered a couple of projects in Cardano and working on more projects there. Our mission is to implement AI and blockchain in hospitality industry. So we are here pitching for ideation phase. You know, the very basic idea, very important in the hotel, which is predictive analytics for hotel demand forecasting. So there are various forecasting models, very scattered around and quite costly for the hotels to use these models. And we find SingularityNET marketplace very democratizing as well as reducing the cost. So we plan to bring predictive analytics on the SingularityNET for the hotels and hotel technology partners. So that's the where we could have done the complete project, but I took an approach to start small and cook the idea more better, which fit well in SingularityNET, and then in the next phase we build the complete solution. So this is purely ideation phase to prepare ourselves with the data, the model, and everything required to build the product eventually. Our strengths are we are working in the hospitality industry. We are working on the blockchain and AI technology and also Web 2.0. We're working on quite a few things in open source development, as well as we building the blockchain and AI community in India. So these are the few of our strengths. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And again, my two questions for you, Sir Uday, is what pool are you in, and what is your ask for this proposal?
Yeah, so we are in ideation phase and 5K.
Okay, thank you very much. Good presentation, Harry. You are up next if you are in the room.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you hear me, Tommy?
Yes, yeah. I can. I can see you and I can hear you. You are beautiful. You are a beautiful human being.
If that's okay. Okay. So, can you see that?
Yes, it's showing nicely, Harry.
Is it in presentation? There we go. Okay. Oh, you started the clock already. Fantastic. So I've got 2.5 minutes. All right. Okay. So this is our info page, and this is our page out of the presentation. What are we? Edify Collab, small bespoke, high value consultancy and coaching firm. And we started off in 2021 working with Cardano first, and then we've been working with DF since then. We've had about 7 or 8 projects funded altogether so far. What's the purpose? To harness the disruptive technologies to support our spaceship Earth. The mission then is there just aren't enough devs in this space. We need an awful lot more if we're going to sort out the problems that are coming along caused by disruptive techs acting together. So what's our plan? Web3 focused generative learning and teaching environment. So yeah, as I said, I think in the old days it was easy. What did we do? We took groups of really smart people. We took them through our coaching consultancy programs. They built solutions. They gave them to their clients who loved them, and everybody grew. And there are some of the people we've worked with in the past, over the last 18 years. Then what happened? We went from a complicated world to a complex one. And all of a sudden, we now have a lot of technologies that run together and are disruptive. What does that mean then? We're now in a world of wicked challenges and exponential opportunities. Clever people in this space, what do they say to do to solve that? All businesses and organizations understand growth, understand exponential organizations, businesses and technology, build trust by managing relationships and building communities. So our solution then is based around helping people do that. So what is it then? Potential EXO tech devs, so smart peeps in those different areas, pop them into a community-based teaching and learning environment where they learn experientially about communities. They're trained on the technical stuff around Web3. EXO growth and business and organization programs, how to build communities in the decentralized open source manner. What do they get? They get an accreditation for Web3 EXO solution builders. What do they get out of that? They then can build team solutions that are more at a planetary level to help us do B2B, B2C, fit for future fundable programs. And they drop those on marketplaces like SingularityNET, which is perfectly built for it.
Well, time is up, sir. That was it. That beep was your thing.
Okay, 30 seconds to get going. So to set.
Oh, go ahead then. Continue. We'll give you a little bit extra time. Please go ahead.
That would be fabulous. I only need like another 20 seconds. So how are we going to do it then? Doing that in a dynamic space so that it's built so that you learn and grow as you build it. Who's going to run what? We've got WADA, we've got ourselves, we've got Remo Start, and we've got OmniArc running bits of it. What have we done before in that space? We've run about 8 funded programs already. What we like to do, get everybody else involved. This isn't a proprietary thing. We're running it as an MVP. Once we've done it, we'll expand it out. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And we are at the halfway point of the number of presentations that we have today. And one of the things as a host, and there's 2 of us here, and we try to ad lib and go along with the proposals, keep this a little bit entertaining because it is a long session. But I've been, I must apologize. Someone thought I expressed an opinion, and I typically do not want to express any opinions on projects. I do like to give attaboys or attagirls to the speakers and the presentators. And if something came across as an opinion, I deeply apologize. Certainly not my intent. I try to be as neutral as I potentially can be, and sometimes I fail. I'm human. And with that, Curtis is up next, and I will set the 3 minutes for you, unless you are capable of multitasking, Curtis. So please start your presentation.
Sure, and I can start. I'll go ahead and start it now. And let me pull up the screen. Hopefully my screen's coming in. Hello, everyone. I'm Curtis Myers, and I love that there's a lot of really exciting and passionate projects that I'm hearing. It's always exciting. Our proposal's in the ideation pool, and we're asking 5,000. Our aim is to develop an AI framework that can identify and transform intangible assets into tangible value while establishing an objective protocol to quantify their subjective value. This proposal comes from a list of initiatives and learnings that the collab has been building over the years. So it's exciting to connect these concepts into relative impact and value. So the question we come up with is, can AI effectively and reliably identify and quantify the intangible assets of organizations, providing a structured and standardized method to assess these assets across the various sectors and industries? Edify has years of experience working with organizations and identifying their intangible asset and transferring those intangible assets into tangible value, as Harry indicated before, with all those experiences. And that outcome is subjective, and the process can be time intensive. Our collab in the DF3 projects take this audit process from a manual process to an interactive dashboard that enables AI to support the audit process. An AI agent framework which assesses the information for evaluating and reporting that data. With those particular insights and, of course, human collaboration, you can set a charter for the roadmap and identify a course for the highest level of success and impact. We're also leveraging the Ondamio platform to provide education on those topics and navigate the exponential seas of technology. And it's built within the community and for the community. That's one of the things that we love about Ondamio.
However, we do think there is an opportunity to increase the human to AI interaction by creating a structured and standardized method that may provide significant insights into the practicality of AI in a field that traditionally relies heavily on human expertise and subjective interpretation. By researching AI-based tools like Qual AI and Atlas TI, and Delve, we want to focus on answering the question if intangible value is in an organization is subjective. The questions we are asking: can there be a standard way to measure intangible value? Can we create an objective view from subjective inputs? And how can intangible assets add tangible value be defined and discovered? Our collab hopes to find the capability of AI in discovering and identifying intangible assets in an objective protocol to interpret and quantify subjective value. I know my time's up. I have some links, and I'll send those links. Thank you all.
Beautiful. And Curtis was a gentleman enough to stop my 2 questions. He answered them at the very beginning, so I appreciate it. Dominic Tillman, AI-powered product review, you are next, and then Clement Uma, you will be going back to back. So Dominic, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, and give me a second to bring up my screen. Can you see my screen?
We see your screen and the timer has started.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Dominic from Trust Level and want to present our main proposal in this round, which is a product review analyzer. And this project is in the pool for new projects, and we are asking the community for a 78K. And yeah, why is this important? So product reviews are a deal breaker when shopping online, but we all know that many are fake. And a recent analysis of over 33 million reviews on Amazon has just shown that 43% are fakes. And at the same time, product rating is the main deciding factor for over 60%. So that's a real problem that we try to solve here. But fake reviews or fake information in general is not only relevant in e-commerce. In times of AI, recognizing the credibility of information has never been more challenging. And yeah, that's what Trust Level is about. We officially started last year with the mission to build tools for better data and information reliability. Currently, we're building reputation-based tools for DAO governance, but also research and investigative journalism. And yeah, we think e-commerce is also a very relevant industry. So we want to use this proposal to expand our activities. At last, I would also say a few words about the proposal itself and how it can be used later. So as a user, you will be able to link to enter a link to a product or a product name, and then the tool will do 3 different things. First, it will aggregate reviews from different platforms. For this, we can already use a web scraper, which we use for another project, and the second layer is probably the most exciting one. Here we will include different AI models that will recognize patterns for fake reviews and also understand bias. Here we also can use our own LLM for bias detection that we've already created or in the process of creating. And at the end, as a user, you get an adjusted review with more reliable rating and a review summary. The whole thing is then integrated into the SingularityNET's AR marketplace, and here too we already have some experience because the integration itself is quite complex and should not be underestimated. But we've already integrated the Trust Level bias detector on the mainnet. The publication on the marketplace will follow shortly. But yeah, we've already gone through that process, and of course, everything else in Trust Level will be fully open source. That's from me. If you have questions or suggestions, please contact us.
Beautiful. Thank you. Right on time. Good presentation time-wise. Dominic Tillman, AI-powered product review, and you had your ask up and what pool you're in, so thank you. Next up, Clement, you have back-to-back, and I will ask you the same question. that I had asked Daniel. Do you want 2 3-minute segments or 1 6-minute segment?
Tommy, is that for me?
Yes, sir.
I can get 2 separate segments for the 2 separate proposals.
Okay, 2 separate 3 minutes. So you're up on your first one, which I believe is AI for M. Or are you doing a different one? The other one, Biotech Nexus. But go ahead, the stage is yours, sir.
Clement, you are muted and we can't see your screen.
Yeah, so hi guys. I'm presenting my proposal, Biotech Next AI for M. So
we see your screen now, sir.
Yeah. So now what this is AI for M is a proposal which was awarded and completed in the addition pool of the FL Frey, and it is a robust AI model that can accurately forecast malaria outbreaks and their impacts on various population groups, right? So we're also keen on incorporating a viable round-the-clock database that can provide predictability patterns for other communicable diseases. And our framework can be accessed as APIs for other tech systems and innovations that will require this category of data for other forms of predictive analysis. So we're focused on malaria, but we believe that there are other diseases, of course, worldwide, which may require predictive mechanisms, right? So we're trying to structure this is the framework for other developers to leverage on in building their predictive solution. So we work, or our solution works by integrating and analyzing a complex interplay of factors that leads to the occurrence and progression of malaria, using machine learning techniques and extensive analysis of epidemiological data as well to provide actionable insight. And of course, these are transmitted onto a disease surveillance dashboard that provides real-time information for people to analyze disease spread. So what this will bring is we're going to be offering predictive analysis, insights into transmission dynamics, accessible APIs, disease surveillance services, and recommendations for targeted health intervention. Institutions like the World Health Organization, and over here in Africa, we've got the African Regional Center for Disease Control. So this would come in handy for these institutions as well. So we have been able to undertake several key steps in regards to our project's progress, which is we've undertaken a preliminary survey and data collection on our initial test population consisting of over 3,000 respondents. We have also carried out preliminary data analytics. We've had retrospective analysis of malaria transmission for the past 29 years as well. And we have also established collaboration strategies with health institutions for pilot implementation, as well as other novel innovations within this funding round, like CBO, of course. And this is what we intend doing: data preparation, fine-tuning our data to eliminate biases. We'll intend to develop our model, validate and calibrate it, then integrate it with existing healthcare solutions, and then carry out pilot implementation. Then, of course, we onboard this to the SNET AI marketplace and scale up to other regions, and then we carry out an impact assessment on our projects. So this is basically our team lead. So, of course, myself, we have an engineering lead, we have a data scientist and blockchain experts, and we've got qualified epidemiologists as well to help us with our data insights. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. And my 2 questions, I don't know that you did answer them, but which pool is this in and how much is your ask for this?
Yes, so this is in the new projects pool and it's 120K.
Okay, thank you very much. And now are you presenting the second proposal? Okay, so you're going to
I'll do that right away.
Okay, so if you're ready to go, it's SNET, I believe it's SNET machine translation, and you want to get that up, and then we'll start your clock.
Yeah, guys. So apart from the fact that I'm a health practitioner of over 6 years experience, I'm also an environmental enthusiast, right? So this project, Biotech Nexus, is in the ideation pool. We're asking for 5K, and it's geared towards blockchain biodiversity conservation. So we propose this to be a revolutionary next-gen conservation platform. And it's also important to understand that our project is in the ideation phase and is set to develop our idea, which will be turned into the new projects pool for the next funding round. Now, here are questions we seek to answer. First of all, we know that we're having an increased loss in biodiversity, right? So are conservation efforts really adequate? And then we've also discovered that the core problem that hampers conservation worldwide is fragmented and insufficient data, right? So if we can solve this problem, can we actually accelerate biodiversity conservation is what this addition proposal is also set to. So our proposal centers around three core initiatives, where first is the establishment of a comprehensive biodiversity database, where we're going to be researching into the employment of artificial intelligence in the collection, categorization, and storage of global flora and fauna data, and storing this securely on the blockchain, because we believe that this would aid researchers in conservation studies and collaborative efforts to protect species and habitats as well. And then, yeah, a huge one here, we're going to be integrating a carbon credit marketplace where we want to position Biotech Nexus to be a hub that enables trading of carbon credits tied to conservation projects rather. Now, what this means is that if an institution comes to my town to destroy 10 acres of forest vegetation, for example, they have to set up an equivalent activity that supplements the destruction of habitat, right? So currently, we do not have existing structures that can provide like a transparent assessment in terms of effect of what was destroyed and what will be needed to replenish the exact level of vegetation that was destroyed, right? So we're going to be researching into where we can get a common ground for trading of that, and then we can employ AI in the assessment of carbon sequestration potential and ensure, transparent valuation. Then we'd also be employing smart contracts are involved in the destruction and replenishment for biodiversity have an equal ground as well. And then we'll be encouraging citizens' participation through ecoscience and ecotourism platform, where people could use mobile powered apps to offload data as well on our central server, to and then they're gonna as well earn tokens as well, and then these tokens can be redeemed or they can be tied to specific conservation projects geared at improving the ecosystem within where they stay. So we are keen on doing research conceptualization as well, and then we make a technical documentation of our projects, and we're going to be engaging lots of stakeholders who are relevant in the field as well. That's pretty much that for it. Thank you.
Okay, Clement, thank you very much. Both very solid proposals, presentations. I can't comment on the proposals, and I haven't read yours yet. Next up is Bien Dao, I believe. If you are in the room. Yes, you are. Start, please.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Okay. Can you hear me, Tommy?
I hear you and I see your screen.
Oh, thank you. Now I can start.
And the clock has started.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bien. I'm from Canada 2 VN. Today I'm show you our new projects. Yeah, the answer for Tommy's question. We're a new project. And budget is 40K. Okay. What is Skin AI? Skin Scan AI. We want to build a platform where users can take a pic from mobile phone and send to our system. AI model will analyze it and give them some assessment. Why we chose this? Because we can collect huge data sets, a public data set on the net, and we have very much research before. And the smartphone is very popular today. We can collect data from this. Users and easy to use our application. What will we do? The first phase we will analyze what problem we will do to research, and so next we'll prepare data set. What will we collect? What will we generate? We will collect public data sets, then we'll generate generative data AI to generate new data to build our training data set. The next phase, we will train and evaluate our AI models. We will choose the best to deploy AI model to the funding service. And the last phase, we will do the marketing to earn our customer. We believe we can do it because we are running a same kind of project with another kind of data. Yeah, what we are running. Yeah, thanks for listening. Okay.
Okay, beautiful. 6 seconds left. If you have something else, I just thought you had stopped talking.
Do you have any question?
No, you answered the 2 questions I typically ask. You're in the new pool, and you had presented your ask on screen. So very good job. Thank you. Ubio, you are up next in back-to-back presentations. Again, I will ask the question, do you want 2 3-minutes or do you want 1 6-minute?
I think 2 3 minutes is the default, so I'll join everyone. Yeah.
Okay, Ubio. So it's your computer. Go ahead.
All right. So let me know if everybody can see the screen.
I see the screen and I hear you well.
All right. So this is a project. It's in the new pool, and we're asking for 100K for this. And the project it says real-time multilingual SingularityNET transcription tool. And so what's it, right? So currently the world is currently facing a language barrier on how people integrate and how people relate, right? Only one out of 5 people do speak English, and unfortunately the world has gone remote, as we all are in here from different parts of the world, and we somehow have to be able to integrate and to be able to speak, right? To be able to collaborate. As a result of this, most non-English speakers have been resigned, and they are not really engaged in a changing world like us, because English is becoming quintessential for you to be able to collaborate in a global and changing world, right? So this limits a lot of organizations, DAOs, even SNET, for example, deep funding, and other bigger organizations, companies, and even remote organizations as well. The best of talents may not always be located in locations where we are. As such, there's a need for global collaborations and integrations. So we are excluding people by making English that only point of access. Our recent research in the R&D Guild actually proved this, right, and has actually necessitated this. So what are we trying to build, right? So we're trying to build a real-time multilingual SingularityNET transcription tool. Fortunately for us, this problem that we do identify is not only identified by us alone, but even the SingularityNET community as well does identify the need for this solution and is already working on this. So what our solution is trying to do is to build a tool on top of most of the SingularityNET ML translation project that is being done by the NS translation team, and then build it in a way that is going to be inclusive and it's able to be interoperable with most of the online meetings and tools like Discord and every other source, right? So we want to make it open source and make it available for a lot of people to be able to use and to be able to integrate and to make solutions together, right? So I don't know why this is not moving any longer. Yeah. So the impact this is going to have is that it will increase collaboration and then participation in the SingularityNET community as well. So our competitive advantage is that it's going to be inclusive, it's going to be open source, and it's interoperable with different platforms, right? And then finally, this is a team that is working. I have experience in AI, and my teammate Yash has full stack experience as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ubio. Very well presented. And with that, if you're ready, if you'd like to set up your second presentation, which I believe is, and I said it earlier, SNET machine translation. If you're ready to go with that, please take over the screen.
All right, so give me 1 minute. Let me present it. Okay, yeah. All right, let me know if you can see the screen.
See the screen and hear you well.
All right, so here we have SNET machine translation for minority languages. And so currently, this is it is an RFP design proposal, and currently, like I said, the SNET community is actually doing a lot to actually help with integration and inclusiveness, right? And so as a result of that, we are trying to see how we can create an RFP design where the community designs an RFP that will enable people in other parts of the world to be able to build their own data points and integrate their own data to be to the inclusive the minority language project, right? So what we're trying to do is, like we said, there are about 7,000 languages, and then only about 100 of these languages, about 200 actually have a formal corpus, right? So we want to decentralize this process. SNET currently has the ICOG lab that is actually working in Ethiopia. However, this particular project, it's one after the other. Currently, they are working in Amara and all of that. So what we want to do is to create an RFP that allows the community to decentralize this process, where people will be able to donate or work on their own data points in their languages that they are, wherever and whichever part of the world, and not just depend only on what the ICOG lab is doing in Ethiopia, right? So this is what this RFP design seeks to achieve. So so this is what our proposed solution is. And then so the vision is to provide a corpus for various minority languages that will be utilized by the SNET machine learning translation team in building. So we don't just want it to be only on the SNET translation team, because we believe if we do that, it's going to take a long time before we will be able to reach the 4,000 to 7,000 languages. But if we decentralize the process, everyone then will be able to achieve this goal much faster, right? So so that's just the vision. To ensure the data integrity and to ensure that everything works well, part of the RFP design is that it's going to be working strictly with what the SNET machine language translation team is already doing. So you use the Layu.ai platform by ICOG Labs and a whole lot of other specifications which we've already discussed with them. And so this is how it's going to impact the ecosystem. We'll be able to reach the goal faster. And finally, one of the reasons why we are I'm best to apply this project is because I'm in direct discussion with all the stakeholders that are involved in this project. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ubia. Very, very well done and timed. Appreciate it, and appreciate all that you do for us. Roberto or Cordenza, I believe you are up next. Humanoid Harmony, if you are in our session.
Okay, yes, can you see the presentation?
We see the presentation and I hear you well.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so my project name is Humanoid Harmony, and it's an AGI power platform for training and developing humanoid robots. And it's a new project, and the ask is for 100K. So our project, Humanoid Harmony, is an AGI training and development platform and for humanoid robots. So this allows users to create and generate a virtual environment in any setting to train robots via video tracking and custom controls. And this one allows the person to train the robot to do a job or a task to be performed in a real world. So we are using for this, we are using NVIDIA Omniverse systems, and we are also using artificial intelligence to ask questions and to communicate with a robot. And also we are using a ROS, which is a robot operation system too. And this allows the the data to be transferred to a real robot and to this data to be trained via machine learning. And yeah, also, let me see. Yeah, the problem we are trying to solve is like, as you know, like there is a lot of labor shortages, and many industries like are facing these shortages, and also like there are operational inefficiencies, and there are like the manual processes are slow and error prone, and also like it can help also industries to have something to do hazardous jobs without putting a human life at risk. And also like this in the future, this technology will allow for work-life balance. So it will allow persons to have a robot work for them, and while you enjoy life, spend time with your family. And so how our software will solve this problem is like we are going to like automate a repetitive and hazardous task, and allow individuals to delegate tasks for robots, and also like changing the ensuring high quality and jobs and task execution. And yeah, that's pretty much like we are going to use the SingularityNET resources and AI systems in the marketplace. So any questions? And thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. And we appreciate the presentation. And you had mentioned, I believe this was in the new pool, if I caught that correctly.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. As Sim Nasser, Urban.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, you are up next, and I believe the screen sharing must stop, or is that yours?
Is
Yes,
it
thank
working
you.
now?
Okay. Now we see you, Urban. Yes, okay. And I heard you.
Yeah,
So you
okay.
have
Our project is Urban Funk Delineator or Urban Functional Delineator, POI neural network embedding. Our team consists of me and Mahmoud, who are both final year computer science students. We've just finished our final year. And Ammar, who presented earlier and has done multiple projects with SingularityNET and has experience in data sciences and LLMs. So our aim with this project is to create a AI method to map detailed urban functions by using neural network techniques on point of interest data. This will provide a tool to assist urban planners and policymakers and city managers to recognize these changes. The problem we're trying to solve, the problem we're trying to solve is that traditional methods of relying on remote sensing data or coarse-grained senses information fail to capture the desaturated, mixed-use nature of contemporary urban environments. Urban areas are highly dynamic and complex systems with intricate patterns of land use and human activities. We plan on developing an AI service that delineates urban functional areas using neural network embedding techniques and ubiquitous points of data interest. Topic modeling and enrichment analysis techniques will also be used to enhance understandability. So first, we plan on preparing the data. So acquiring and preparing a comprehensive data set by ensuring it is clean and structured properly for model training, then training a Dr.Vec neural network model on the pre-processed POI data to generate meaningful vector representations for each POI class. Dr.Vec is a document vectorial model. Then by analyzing the model's outputs and identifying functional similarities, we can create clusters of urban areas based on these similarities and derive groupings from the vector representations. Then using this methodology, we'll be implementing it on a case study city. for example, London, but London is a big city, so we're looking at different ways to acquire data for this project. Then the results will be validated, documented, and prepared for a presentation. And thanks, that's all. If you have any
Beautiful,
questions.
Asim. Yep, I thank you very much. There's your timer. I think a lot of the questions and stuff will be taken into the review session or the platform. And also don't forget Telegram and Discord. Valentin Aliendo, Content Custom Pro. You are up next. And thank you for that.
Hola a todos, soy Tyler de Ungo. Let me adapt my pitch considering the SNET audience. You are from all over the world and I'm Spanish speaking, so I'll pitch in English. By the way, what I'm doing here live is the challenge of online education nowadays. This challenge involves a weak learner experience and a teacher nightmare to adapt to each language, nationality, and preferences of the participants. Now, I'll hand it over to Valentin, project owner of Content Custom Pro, to continue with the pitch.
Thank you, Tyler. This little demo shows us that context and participants are key in the online education. Currently, one of your students have expressed dissatisfaction with online training. We are Junco, and our proposal called Content Custom Pro aims to create an inclusive learning experience, allowing people to learn effectively and faster through the adaptation of content to people's unique characteristics. In this process, we are democratizing the AI educational power to the entire SNET community. Content Custom Pro defines a custom course for each individual based on their learning profile, strengths, sensory inputs, and collaboration preferences. The tailored content includes customized short videos, interactive video games, sensory monitoring, and collaborative tasks. To set ourselves apart from standardized education, we developed an MVP that tailors content to company-specific contexts and audience preferences, improve user metrics and performance. It has already succeeded in 10 cases across various industries and countries.
Yeah, just to continue, Content Custom Pro will elevate this further by focusing on individual characteristics, significantly boosting KPIs. Our API-based business model allows seamless integration within the SNET ecosystem, enhancing stakeholders like Rejuve AI, Sophiaverse, and Jam Galaxy, boosting their business models with ultra-customized content that we provide. This approach targets a $41 billion market in Latin, Europe, and the US. Currently, different types of organizations, freelancers in Argentina, France, and Israel are teaching and learning with our MVP. Well, behind Junco and this proposal, we're a team of 8 professionals with engineering, software, and education backgrounds that works alongside the board of 5 advisors, each an expert in their field, the field that I've mentioned. So I really would like to invite you all, members of the SNET community, to support our proposal. I think that by coming together, we can enhance the capabilities of our entire ecosystem, driving us closer to decentralizing the power of AI in education. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will wrap this up with asking you the same 2 questions I have asked most other proposers. What pool are you in and how much is your ask?
We're in the new projects pool asking for 150K. And just one last thing to mention, I'll drop a link in the messages to a demo in which we show how can we leverage projects such as Jam Galaxy with our proposal.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Now that's the end of the list of proposers and proposals that I have, but I'd like to just make sure, did I miss anybody? Is there anybody in the room that did not get to present that was scheduled? Forever hold your peace then. Logan was the only one I have from Cyber Sentence that we seem to have missed. And other than that, I would open the room up for a few minutes before we go back to the main session. Are there any questions for any of the proposers, or are there anything you want to discuss? You want to shoot the breeze about anything? Tell us. I am on the deep funding focus group, so let me know any bad things or that we're doing, or good things that we should be doing, recommendations, suggestions, changes to the program, which is not in my power, but I can listen to you. So if you have any of those, please bring them up. I would like to bring my co-host up here so he can just say what he would like to say. And with that, I just thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and for all of the SNet and the deep funding folks. So would you like to come up, Clement, and say something? Victor,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Victor. Why do I have Clement on my mind?
Okay, thank you guys for coming and for making it a very short presentation. Like 3 minutes, and I saw you guys do amazing job in that 3 minutes. And I am from the review circle, a coordinator from the review circle, and we are literally the ones that do the whole back end stuff and yeah, make this whole thing happen. And if you have a problem with your proposal, probably on the website or anywhere, you could reach out to me on Mattermost, Telegram, yeah, Mayor DeFi, and I will be available to attend to you, just like you said.
Beautiful. And for those of you that don't know, and because I'm old, I guess I get mixed up sometimes with the handles and people's real names. And Mayor is, if you don't know, is the backbone right now with Sukren of the review coordinators. They're the people that took all the proposals in, reviewed them, went through them, made sure they were good. Now they're going through the expert reviews. So he really deserves a standing ovation in my opinion. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, Clement, I am Mayor.
Yes. And that's you put Mayor to his face, and then all of a sudden you're hit with a Victor, and it's like, okay. That's why someday we'll get. I'm old school, so
Sorry, Tom. I had to
go
do that.
jump in, please jump in.
I've been looking for who Mayor DeFi is. I know honestly that he's been very involved in Mattermost, and a couple of other stuffs, and then the name flies around. And I think I can remember my marketing proposal for the F3. I had direct communication with him, but I didn't know it was him. So when I saw Victor Market, I was like, "Oh, bro, that's you. I got you today."
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the man behind the scenes. Now you have a face for the handle. So he is very highly thought of, and he just does so much. And I'm always impressed with the intelligence of people in this ecosystem, the way they think, the way they treat each other. This room, the presentations, the thoughts and brain power that went into it. But Mayor is one of those people, and he hides it well, but when you see the shit that he does in the back end, excuse my language, but he does a lot of stuff. It's impressive, and he's a brainiac. So you thank him, and I want to thank all of you, as I said in the chat. And thank you, Mayor.